And hello, everyone, and welcome to another one of our live commentary streams here on the Tour de France. It's a very, very wet day, to say the least. This is the kind of day where you don't want to be a pro cyclist. Well, maybe if you're Belgian and you love these kind of traditions. It's definitely classics weather in Belgium. We got 140 or 147.3 kilometers. I've changed the setup a bit. The light is a bit bad, so I'll work on that for the future streams. But welcome. And yeah, it's a very long day here. Very, very long day. The longest day of the tour. Yeah, the stage, 209 kilometers long. A very rolling day. Not really the hardest day in terms of terrain. Of course, they're going to have a very big stages coming up later. But yeah, it's a warm up to a very, very interesting week this week. But the race situation on the road right now, we've got Alpecin de Koning and Intermarché. They are the ones leading the charge right now. This is going to be a stage where the classics teams are definitely very interested. Obviously, many of these riders, Jasper Philipsen, Biniam Girmay, Mathieu van der Poel, etc., they were all doing the classics. Equally was Tadej Pogacar. Didn't do E3, didn't elect to do that, but he did the Tour of Flanders, Paris-Roubaix, etc. The weather, though, here is absolutely northern France. Absolutely diabolical, not the kind of conditions that you want to race in. But we're seeing Sylvain Dillier, the former national Swiss champion, leading us towards the front here for the riders. We've also got a breakaway up the road that actually did have a crash early on, but it seems like they're all there together. They're about 2 minutes and 33 seconds ahead. And yeah, it's composed of Bruno Amorai, Fedorov, the Kazakh national champion. He came down together with Andreas Leknesson. And we got Brent Van Moer up here as well. Brent Van Moer, remember him a few years ago? He took a stage win in the Dauphiné. So yeah, that was quite a good win for him a few years ago. But yeah, Lotto definitely wants something out of this. Astana throwing Fedorov up here, I think, is quite a good move as well. That polka dot jersey, well, not really up for grabs, but kind of up for grabs if you look at the terrain. We've got a Cat 4 coming up in a few, well, I say a few, in about 35 kilometers time. But a lot of riders, mechanicals once more, something that we saw yesterday as well. So yeah, we're going to wait and see what happens here. But right now, it's dire conditions. There's water all over the cameras. We're seeing Gorg Zimmermann towards the back here. Obviously, he's going to be, I think, on bottle duties here. They've got the white jersey in their ranks with Biniam Girmay finishing second yesterday. So, yeah, it should be an interesting day for the sprinters teams if they can survive that. That final profile is very, well, can produce a lot of different outcomes here. Biniam Girmay's team, Intermarché, they were talking about this stage potentially being a stage where he could finish a top 5, but they were pointing the finger more towards Mathieu van der Poel for this stage. So I think Mathieu van der Poel definitely is one of the guys that should be considered here. And in terms of our poll, what is our poll actually? Oh, will Tadej Pogacar win the stage? But I mean, you can almost think Tadej Pogacar can compete for most of the stages that we've seen on the tour. He's such a versatile rider, as we all know. But today, rainy weather, not really like that is anything that's going to hamper him, to be honest. So, yeah, Carousel Vertigo giving us some nuggets of information as well. No helicopter shots as they've been grounded. Yeah, I think that's quite wise in this kind of torrential rain that we're seeing. But for the time being, it's an interesting one, this stage. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this stage. We kind of flagged it up in the stage preview that there could be crosswinds. There was kind of semi-crosswinds early on in the stage. And crosswinds with rain is absolutely diabolical, torturous, if you will. But there's plenty of potential favorites for today's stage. Biniam Girmay, obviously. Jasper Philipsen. Is it too hard for him? That finish is quite grueling. I'll try and see if I can get us a profile of just the last few kilometers because, yeah, that last few hills, it would be quite good to just talk through that. So I'll try and get us that. But Yeah, Mathieu van der Poel. I'd love to see him win here. We haven't had a Mathieu van der Poel win since 2021. Obviously, Alpecin de Koning, they are riding at the front right now because they have the yellow jersey. Jasper Philipsen for the first time wearing that jersey. Is he going to be able to defend that today? Oh, we have got the rolling finale, so I can get that on screen as well. I wasn't sure if they'd done that because sometimes the graphics are kind of hit and miss for the tour, but I'll try and see if I can get that on screen because I think it's a very good finale to this stage. Sorry, Jasper Philipsen, we might cover him up just for this finale, but yeah, you can we can put it in the corner there, so we're not disrespecting the yellow jersey. But if we just look at it here, you can see they've got the Courte de Saint Etienne. That is fairly steep, 1 kilometer at 10.6%. That is going to be some vicious riding there. That's where potentially Pogacar could already have distanced everyone. Then they have a rolling descent. Then they've got the next Castrise climb, which tops out around the 5 kilometer part. But that also has 12% sector. And then they have a bit of a descent. And then they have that last small kick to the line. So if stronger sprinters can survive the 2 climbs before that, they have a chance of the victory. But it's definitely going to be an interesting finish with the steep climbs before that. So I think that is certainly going to be something to look out for. We're seeing Julien Philippe. That's certainly someone we would all kind of in the past consider for this kind of stage, but I don't know. He was good in the Tour de Suisse. Let's not forget about that. And right now we're seeing Intermarché and Alpecin de Koning still out towards the front of the peloton, 2 minutes and 34 seconds. Yeah, Intermarché, they have a very, very big group of riders. They're tall riders built for this kind of terrain. And yeah, right now we're seeing them just impose themselves on the other teams. Yeah, Vito Barret, he's 1.1 meter and 84. Hugo Page, 1 meter 85. I think this might be the tallest team. Lawrence Durex, 193. Jonas Roch, 197. You can see what I mean. These guys are not short. Then we got Roel van Sintermark-Markendijk, the longest surname in the peloton right now, 1 meter 97. This is all Intermarché riders. Very, very tall guys. And Gorg Zimmermann, 181, maybe that's average height. And then you've got Biniam Girmay, 184. So a very, very tall team, you have to say. Yeah, 142.5 kilometers still to go here of the stage. They build up a lead of 2 minutes and 31 seconds. We're seeing Lawrence Pithy, I believe the only New Zealand rider in the race. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a fascinating look here. No riders. Well, we have had that crash in the breakaway, obviously, early on. And yeah, no riders leaving the race today as of yet. The breakaway, 2 minutes and 33 seconds. Fred Wright at the start said there is going to be crosswinds on the narrow roads, and that's going to be a bit of a problem with the hills as well. And yesterday, the riders that didn't finish the race was Filippo Ganna and Stefan Bissinger. That was the 2 riders that we've lost in the race, unfortunately. I don't know if we haven't had any DNSs at the start of the race. So, yeah, it's all good right now. All good right now for the riders. We're seeing Biniam Girmay in the white jersey. Such a good rider, as we all know. When he can... Yeah, he was saying in the press conference, he's quite confident about his sprint. And just has had bad luck not being able to finish it off in various races. But obviously, a sprinter always wants to win sprints. That is the big... Yeah, just getting that confidence, get the momentum moving. So, yeah, we'll wait and see. But great to have so many familiar names in the chat already. Let us know where you're watching from. And, yeah, we're seeing picnic personnel. I mean, many teams will kind of be rethinking after yesterday. I don't know if you saw the clip. Remco Evenepoel was a bit unhappy with his performance or the situation or whatever, so didn't wanna sign a bottle for a fan, or sign something for a young fan. Kind of told them to move out of the way. So yeah, a bit of a shame for the young fan. But Fedorov, we're seeing him, the Kazakh national champion, who did come down in that crash. We're seeing Oscar Onley here as well, and then the bunch, Picnic Personnel. Kind of, yeah, we don't know what that team is going to be able to do. They won a stage win, they said. They didn't say anything about Oscar Onley getting being there in terms of GC, and I think even he was saying that he's not thinking about the GC, he's thinking more about stage wins opportunities here. But if they could get a stage win, that would be very, very good for them. Obviously, no Fabio Jakobsen for that team anymore. He's on kind of the, I don't know, sabbatical. I don't know what you would call it. He's out with, I can't remember what it was, but he can't ride right now. Seen a lot of heart conditions in the peloton or problems, which is not good. But Sylvain Dillier is doing the job that he's paid so well for. The second place in the Paris-Roubaix a few years ago. And we're going to see him a lot in this kind of role. We saw him a lot last year as well. Great to have Zara, one of our channel members as well. And what are we saying here? Interested in your view, Vingegaard, yeah. Guys, we have a bit of dead time anyway in this part of the stage, so do come with questions as well. Get involved in the chat. Interested in your view, Vingegaard said he talked to his family that he will not take as much risk anymore. Do you think that he will blink first in tricky, dangerous situations versus Pogacar or others? Funny you say that. I literally spoke with Jens Vogt about this, and Jens Vogt has 6 children, and he said, for every child you have, you break a meter later, so or earlier. So yeah, I think being now a father of 2 and a husband and all this, I think Vingegaard isn't going to be taking as much risk as potentially Pogacar. And also Pogacar is a bit younger as well. But then again, what did we see in the Dauphiné? It was Visma Leasebike taking risks on the descent. So yeah, interesting that. But yeah, it's an interesting point, and we'll wait and see what happens. But Fedorov, I think he's kind of maybe the best Kazakh rider we have right now in the peloton. Obviously we have Alexei Lutsenko in here, but is he the same form that he was? I mean, last year he won the Giro di Abruzzo, I think it was. Andreas Leknesson, I must admit I missed that he won the Norwegian National Championship, the man from Tromsø. But he's out here in the break. Interesting that they put him up here, because obviously Andreas Leknesson, a former top 10 finisher of the Giro d'Italia, you'd kind of think maybe he could do something, but he was actually 5 minutes down in the first day, so yesterday. So that's why he's on the break. He lost 5 minutes, and we're thinking that they're looking more towards Magnus Cort Nielsen for a stage win is what they've been saying a lot, Uno X Mobility, but also Tobias Halle Johannesson, who actually did finish in that first bracket of riders, so he didn't actually lose any time. So good work by Uno X. They had a lot of riders up there towards the front, and they did manage to get 3rd place with Søren Varensholt. So Intermarché and Uno X doing quite well in that first stage, gaining the minor positions. But 138.4 kilometers still to go here, 2 minutes and 21 seconds. So it's come down about 12 seconds since we last checked in on it. And it's going to be an interesting one this stage. Wet, crosswinds, small categorized climbs, and narrow roads. So yeah, this is definitely one of those days that GC teams are going to be a bit worried about. And yeah, Intermarché and Alpecin-de-Koning are still the ones at the front here. We're seeing Visma Leasebike not too far from the front as well. Cofidis also quite interested in this because they have the polka dot jersey within their ranks with Benjamin Thomas, with one of the most crazy sprints for Cat 4 we've ever seen, I think. But it's a bit of a long one, 137.6. I actually thought they would have been further ahead now, so quite an early stream today. But we're seeing the 4 riders come through. I mean, the intermediate sprint is what we're going to be looking out for, I think. That's our first point of intrigue here. So I'll just get that on the screen, or let us know about that as well. So, we're seeing Bruno Amarai here towards the back. Obviously, former wearer of the Maglia Rosa as well. Very, very strong French rider. There was talks that he might be going for the polka dot jersey. We're seeing Sepp Kuss. Ooh, nearly crashing here. He's taking the helmet off. I thought this was illegal to take the helmet off while you're on the bike. Uh, yeah, but yeah, I think maybe he was getting new glasses here, but I'm not sure what that was about. Maybe there'll be a fine. Who knows? There's a lot of fines that keep going around, so yeah. Anyway, we're talking about the intermediate sprint, and unfortunately, guys, it's not going to be that soon. It's going to be in. Let's see. We've got the first castorized climb of the day. 1 point available. I think that will be swept up by the 4 riders out in front. But the intermediate sprint, that's coming up. Let me just get the name right. In 80 kilometers. Great. Thanks, ASO. Yeah, so 80 kilometers away. In nearby that region, the youngest ever winner of the Tour de France actually comes from this region, not Tadej Pogacar, but Henri Cornet, who won it back in one of the first editions and was younger than Tadej Pogacar when he won it back in 2020 after that incredible La Planche de Belfi. Yeah, great to have so many people in the chat so early on a Sunday. And 136.2 kilometers, 2 minutes and 22 seconds here. It's it's a long day, isn't it, for these riders? The longest stage of the day, of the Tour de France. So yeah, it's gonna be a long, wet one. It's not the kind of day that you really want to be a pro cyclist because it's just terrible conditions. Let's be honest. But the weather is getting a bit better now. So where the peloton are right now, it seems to be a bit more sunny. So if they can keep out of the rain, then I think the peloton are going to be a bit less worried. But interesting that we haven't actually had any, particular crashes. I think riders are not really taking as many chances as we saw yesterday. And unfortunately, no Ghana and no Bissinger, as we said early on. But those 3 or 4 riders we have out in front, we might as well get to know them a bit better as we have a lot of time to look at them. Bruno Marais, as we said, the French rider, 31 years young, 3-time national time trial champion of France. He has been in the breakaway quite a lot this year. He was in the break for a stage in the UAE Tour, a break in Paris-Nice. He was in the breakaway twice in the Volta a Catalunya, even a 181-kilometer break there, and then he was even in the break 3 times in the Tour of the Basque Country, where he did actually win the Mountains jersey. He also finished 3rd in the Mountains jersey in the Volta a Catalunya, and for the Criterium du Dauphiné, he actually won the Mountains jersey there, and he was in the breakaway for the 3 last stages. So I think Bruno Marais is definitely going to be targeting the polka dot jersey in this race. I don't know what the correlation between the Dauphiné KO King of the Mountains and the Tour King of the Mountains kind of has. Lorenzo Fortunato won it last year. Obviously, he won it in the Tour de France. But Giulio Ciccone, when did he win his in the Tour? 2023, and he also won the one in Dauphiné in 2023. So we didn't have to go that long for someone who actually proved that you can do it, do the double of the polka dot jersey in the Criterium du Dauphiné and also in the Tour de France. So Ciccone, not in the race here. That should just be mentioned. Obviously, we talked about Little Trek yesterday. Very interesting team with a lot of a box of many tricks. Thibaut Nys with who else? Gentleman, obviously, but he lost out yesterday. He did win the sprint from his group, so yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't a yellow jersey on debut for him in the Tour de France. That would have been quite a debut if he'd managed to do that. Just getting caught out by that. Very good move by Visma Lease Bike. So Visma Lease Bike having a very good tactical day yesterday. 278 of you have voted in the poll, and most of you say that Tadej Pogacar is going to be winning the stage. I mean, with that finale that we can see in our corner of the stream, it definitely could be happening, to say the least. So, we'll wait and see. But for the time being, 2 minutes and 22 seconds, 133.4 kilometers is what's happening. Well, what's left of the stage. A long day, a wet day. You have to stay focused. You're only into day 2 of the Tour de France. Obviously, it's already been a great tour for Jasper Philipsen. Many people were looking not to him for that first stage win. The talk about Tim Merlier and John Milan. Yeah, interesting that Quickstep were caught out in echelons. It's not something you see a lot of the time. They're normally a team that do a lot better in the echelons. Obviously, Belgian heritage, many Belgian riders. But Sylvain Dillier is still guiding the peloton here, 2 minutes and 21 seconds, 132.8 kilometers still to go here as they make their way through the beautiful region of northern France. Lille to Lille was yesterday. And I mean, for fans, that's quite good to have like a start and finish in the same town. But Bruno Amarai, I forgot to say as well, he was in the break yesterday as well for 78 kilometers. So Bruno Amarai is going to probably target that Super Competitivity Award if he keeps this up and just consistently goes up in the breakaway. But that's our first of the 4 riders in the break to get to know. Fedorov, 25 years young. He's the current four-time time trial champion of Kazakhstan. Obviously, does it mean that much? It's more like the Kazakh, well, it's because when you think about the Kazakh national championships, actually, no, it wasn't Kazakh, it was the Asian champion continental championships. He's also a former under-23 world champion back in 2022. He won that title. That was a huge result from him and really showed that Kazakhstan were going to be, they had a new star to look towards. Obviously, with Alexei Lutsenko being a bit older, they kind of needed that new generation. And he finished ahead of Matthias Vacek and Søren Varensholt, who finished third yesterday. So a good crop of riders that he finished in front of. And I think this is going to be a good rider for many years for Astana. I mean, double national champion, as we said, double Asian time trial champion. Best result this year for Fedorov, 5th place in the last stage of the Al Ula Tour, finished top 15 there. He's a good classics rider as well. He was top 20 in the Japan Classic. In the E3, he was top 15. And in Gent-Wevelgem, he was top 20. So, yeah, he's a good rider, Fedorov. Very good rider. So he's our second rider in this break. We got Brent Van Moer, a Belgian rider, as we said. And he, as we also said, won a stage in the Criterium du Dauphiné back in 2021. Since then, 4th in Omloop Het Nieuwsblad this year, good result there. 5th in GP Denan. And that's kind of, the base of his best results in this year's Tour de France. But we're seeing Intermarché coming to the front of the peloton here, 130.9 kilometers, 2 minutes and 21 seconds. So, it's a long day for the peloton. Visma Lease Bike, what are they kind of going to try and throw up here as well in this stage? So, there's a lot of things that could happen on the stage today. Great to have so many familiar names in the chat as well. Let us know where you're watching from as well. And I'll try and see if I can order a coffee as well. We'll see. I'll keep you up to date if that works. But for the time being, Intermarché and Alpecin are the ones doing it. It's a good one, this. It's a good one. And I have changed the setup a bit. So I've got the racing on the laptop and I've got you on the screen on a different computer because, it was, we had some problems with the stream yesterday. So I think this setup works. I'll improve the lighting for tomorrow. But it's better now. I'll try and make sure that I'm keeping my eyes focused on this camera as well. But there's a lot of things still to happen here on the stage. There's 4 Castro climbs on the day as well. We've got the intermediate sprint coming up as well. But Bruno Amarai, Brent Van Moer, we covered them. We covered Fedorov as well, the Kazakh. And the last one is Andreas Leknessund, the 26-year-old from Tromsø. Winner of the Arctic Race of Norway, his home region actually, because he's from the top of Norway. And winner of a Tour de Swiss stage as well that year. Obviously 2023 was it, where he was riding for 2023, his last year for DSM, where he wore the Maglia Rosa, and I think that was the year as well where he finished 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. He finished 8th in GC, but he was up there taking the wearing the Maglia Rosa at least. So this is his third Grand Tour. So not actually that many Grand Tours for Andreas Leknesson, the red-haired Norwegian, and one of the very good riders from Uno X Mobility as well. This year, other than winning the Norwegian National Championships, I mean, won a 1.2 race in Norway, a one-day race, but yeah, obviously a bit of a lower level race, but actually the level in the Scandinavian .2 races are quite high, so we shouldn't look down on them because very competitive, to be honest. But Leknesson, best result in terms of GC was in the Region Pan de la Loire Tour, where he actually managed to finish fourth there in GC, winning the mountain stations, winning the mountains jersey as well. So maybe Leknesson could try and get the mountains jersey. It's a very good climber, as we know. So a mountains jersey for Uno X Mobility would be a very, very good result if they can pull that off. But yeah, we'll wait and see if they're able to do that. But still a long way to go until the finish line. Our first interesting point is going to be the first Cat 4 climb. And if it's anything as intense as yesterday, then I think we're in for quite an interesting one. But I mean, the reason why it was so intense, that one, was obviously because there was a polka dot jersey up for grabs, and there isn't going to be a polka dot jersey up for grabs in this Cat 4, but obviously they can build towards it. We also saw Jonas Vingegaard nab a Cat 4 climb as well. So yeah, what I was saying as well, race starts last 10 kilometers or any chance of something before then. It depends on those crosswinds. I think the crosswinds and the narrow roads and the small climbs could definitely do something. I mean, yesterday we thought it was going to be a bit of a boring stage towards the start, and they managed to prove us wrong there and actually had a lot of excitement. The crosswinds, I think, yeah, one of the more interesting first stages, I would say. So yeah, if we can get anything similar to that level, that would be very good. But we still got a long way of the race, a long way still to go here. Less than 100 and what? We've got 127 kilometers still to go here of the stage. The breakaways still have a margin of 2 minutes and 18 seconds, so not getting too much of a lead here. So not too much of a lead. I think it's time for a new poll as well, because most of you have said Tadej Pogacar is going to win the stage. 55% of you have said that. So maybe we can get Van der Poel. Do you think Van der Poel is going to feature here? Where will Jasper Philipsen still be trying to type and on stream is hard in yellow after well, just say that. I think you all know that. Thank you, Sarah, as well, for a bit of coffee money. And I did order a coffee, so we'll see if I can get a coffee as well. But for the time being, yeah, it's a very status quo situation. I mean, the riders, yeah, they've started a bit slower than I was anticipating. But yeah, it will liven up. It will liven up. This is the calm before the storm. Also, an interesting stat here. We've got a lot of debutants in this year's Tour de France. We've got 49 debutants in this year's Tour. The oldest debutant is Brett van Leerbergen, the right-hand man of Tim Merlier. And we also have other riders of note. Eddie Dunbar, it's his first race as well, 28 years old. And I remember when he was 18, there was a bet going around that if he was going to win the Tour de France, you could bet on that, which was quite funny with quite good odds. But yeah, here we are. His first debut was actually now. Tobias Foss, this is his first Tour de France as well. So that one is quite interesting one, to say the least. But yeah, it's an interesting one. Navaja's first Tour de France as well. A lot of these riders' first tours. So we'll wait and see. Mick van Dijk as well. John Milan first Tour de France as well. We said that earlier. Sam Watson, the national time trial, the national champion of the UK. Thibaut Nys, his first tour as well. Tobias Lund Andreasen, his first Tour de France. Luke Plapp, his first Tour de France as well. So a lot of debutants. Marius Schmidt, the double Swiss champion, his first tour. So yeah, it's gonna be an enlightening time. The youngest debutant is Ivan Romeo, the the national champion of Spain, and obviously the under 23 world time trial champion as well. We've said that before. But yeah, and the youngest one at 21 years and 332 days. So going to be a big experience for the Movistar rider. So we'll wait and see what he can do in this race. Yeah, it's a long day, isn't it? I don't know if it's going to be a sprint as this or if it's going to be yeah, I don't know. Tom is saying coffee money. Let's parlay that into haircut money so you can keep up with Patrick Blake. Yeah, Patrick is having a very good hair day on most of the things. I will get my haircut, I promise. Maybe tomorrow. But I've been saying that for many days. But we got the coffee, so thank you for that. What are we saying? Nowhere, feeding zones, have them bottles with gels attached elsewhere. But yeah, haircut money is what you guys are saying. Nevertheless, we still have quite a long way, 125 kilometers still to go here over the stage. And the ride is taking it very easy. We've got Alps into Koenig and Intermarché keeping things under control. The weather seems like it is better. And yeah, many people with egg on their face after yesterday's tactical genius by Visma Lease bike. Yeah, so we'll wait and see if they're going to be doing anything today. Yeah, they still have quite a bit of a lead here, the breakaway. And we're seeing a Santa Claus guy on the side of the road as well. But yeah, it's looking interesting for the breakaway riders. I don't think they're going to be staying all the way to the finish with this margin. Less than 3 minutes. I mean, they would need 8 minutes to stay away here. But I think the point where we are going to see the race really hot up is around the third last climb to go. That comes with around, what is that? That would be around 30-ish kilometers. And I think that's where we're going to see the race really clear up here. Yeah, okay, a lot of you are going in on the haircut. The haircut is coming. You'll see it come, and then we'll all be happy. And then, yeah, maybe that should be the poll. But not a lot of you have faith in Mathieu van der Poel winning the stage today. So, yeah. But we still have those 4 riders that as we've talked in quite a lot of depth about. And Brent Van Moer actually 49 seconds down. So I think Brent Van Moer was actually in that group with Roglic and Remco Evenepoel. And 49 seconds for him. And yeah, you can't lose. Well, you can't win the Tour de France in these kind of stages, but you can definitely lose them, or definitely feel it, or have more seconds to catch up. That's what I was trying to say. As Patrick Blake says, time gained in the first stage is same as time gained in the last stage, or the mountain stages. And yeah, I think Vingegaard and Pogacar were very happy to take 49 seconds on some of the rivals. But yeah, we haven't really talked too much about other riders that actually gained out of that as well after yesterday's impressive move by Visma Lease Bike and Alpecin, obviously, because they helped stick that margin. And other GC teams that actually did benefit from this, let's just see. So obviously we talked about Tobias Halle Johannesson. He was on the same time as well. Joe Blackmore, if we're saying he's a GC rider, the Tour de l'Avenir rider. By wheel change here for Andreas Leknesson. There's been a lot of mechanicals for teams, we have to say, and riders. But other GC riders that kind of benefited from the move yesterday, gaining time on other riders. Matteo Jorgensen, obviously, he finished 8th on the stage, so that was a good result from him, already getting a top 10. Kevin Vauclain, I don't know if you want to put him in the GC bracket. Did finish 2nd in the Tour de Suisse. But yeah, so even Enric Mas snuck in there. So Enric Mas, normally you would say Movistar riders, they lose a lot. And yeah, we'll wait and see. What are we saying? Ricky, a nice polka dot jersey. Are those paintball marks from pizza? What are we saying? From pizza. He deleted it before I could finish it. No, this is actually from the Tour de France caravan. They were throwing out these jerseys to everyone watching last year. So yeah, when the tour passed by here, so that was quite good. What were we saying as well? Space saying Ben O'Connor only 10 seconds down. Ben O'Connor? I mean, he crashed, and that was very bad. And I don't think he got the. I think it's is it 3. I think it's still 3 kilometers. It's not. It's not 5 kilometers. That they neutralize it if you crash. But Ben O'Connor. Ooh no, Ben O'Connor far down. Ben O'Connor 5 minutes and 18 seconds down. So yeah, that's not good. Not good for the Australian team here. Jaco Al-Ula, they are definitely going to be thinking about other things. Obviously, they have Dylan Groenewegen, and yeah, very sad. Felix Gal, where was he? He was in that second group, the 39 seconds down. Skelmose losing time as well. Almeida losing time. Who else have we got that lost time in terms of the GC riders? Santiago Botrago, obviously Lenny Martinez was having a terrible day. Florian Lipovic with Roglic losing time. Lipovic was off the back at one point and then didn't really get anything paced, any help to get paced back. Who else? Geraint Thomas, former Tour de France champion, as we all know, back in 2018. Jack Haig losing time, but is he a GC rider? Probably not, judging by the form he's had this year. Vlasov losing 1 minute and 6 seconds. So there was definitely a lot of losers in terms of time. Sepp Kuss losing time as well. But obviously they don't really care about. I was interested with Simon Yates because I thought they were going to maybe let him lose time because he's not really anything in GC. Thibaut Ness losing a lot of time as well. Ivan Romeo losing a lot of time, 6 minutes and 31 seconds. And Simon Yates losing 6 minutes and 31 seconds. So there you have it. There you have it. Yeah. What are we saying as well? Do you ever see or talk to your old co-worker, the president of the Pogacar fan club? I think that is Ewan Wilson. Yeah, I was actually having a drink with him 2 days ago in Lille. So he's working, I think, some of the Tour de France as part of his new... He's a professional cycling journalist now in Cyclist. So yeah, he's done very well, which we're all happy about. Yeah, Simon Yates, we'll see what he's going to do here. Is he going to be able to feature? I hope they really peak him for certain stages, and then he'll just get ready, and that will be really good for them to do. But yeah, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. I think Simon Yates is definitely going to be a rider that we need to keep tabs on here. That's a good question. Did Ewan ever eat his hat as promised? No, he did not. No, he did not. I can't remember what the bet was. I think it was Richie Porte finishing on the podium. That was a few years ago. What a callback. I'll chase him up on that as well. We need to see that happen. But great to have about 300 people in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from, who you think is going to win the stage. Most of you think Mathieu van der Poel is not going to be winning the stage today. So yeah, we will wait and see if he can do anything. But Alpecin de Koenig, certainly very strong here. And yeah, Jasper Philipsen, very, very strong rider. That green jersey is well and truly up for grabs. We might as well get the green jersey points on the screen as well. We got plenty of things to talk about. Thank you, Eric Brown, as well, for another kind coffee donation or haircut money, as you guys are saying. Buy Ewan Wilson a drink from us next time. I did buy him a drink, so yeah, he's already had a drink. He's doing very well in Cyclist magazine. So I'm sure he's going to pop up on the channel or the podcast now and again. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting run. Great to have so many familiar names in the chat. Armin, Ricky, Sarah, Carousel Vertigo, Ronda, and Eric Brown as well. What are we saying? Space. Ben O'Connor is 34th place at 10 seconds. It was expanded to 5. Ah, right. Okay. Okay. There we go. Thank you for that clarification. So it was expanded. So that is good. Yeah. I can see the GC now. Thank you. Good spot. Good spot. Yeah. So correction there. Yeah. Ben O'Connor, his GC has been saved by them expanding it. So yeah, good spot that. Very good spot. Yeah, we will wait and see what's going to happen here on the stage today. Are we going to see win from Alpecin again? I mean, they are a formidable team in poaching stage victories, and yeah, for sure, we're going to see them win more stages if they stay healthy. Mathieu van der Poel, Caden Groves, very good lead out man. We saw that yesterday. Yeah, but we're seeing pictures of Tim Merlier here, the European champion, arguably the strongest sprinter this year. Has been very, very good, and I might get us a head-to-head between Merlier and John to Milan, because I think that would be quite an interesting stat to see Merlier versus John to Milan. Obviously, none of them featured in the pointy end yesterday, but we're seeing him just yeah, he's in the team car. I'm not quite sure what this is about. Yeah, so Merlier looking for his team car here. But John to Milan versus Tim Merlier. They met 20 times here. 20 times. But obviously we want kind of the 1-to-1 where they've gone head to head here. 20 times, but that does also include some general classifications, and I mean that's not really that relevant to them. They first met for real in a 1-to-1 sprint where they were against each other this year in the UAE Tour, where it was John to Milan who took it. But then the next two stages, it was Tim Merlier who took it, with John to Milan finishing third on both those stages. And yeah, they were second. They were actually on the podium together in Gent-Wevelgem, where Mads Pedersen rode away. So yeah, a very interesting head-to-head here. But they haven't had that many. Well, actually, they've had quite a lot. I lie. They've had 75 1-to-1s in terms of just general stages, but the most pointy ones is the one we talked about right now. So yeah, they haven't really been head-to-head for many stages. Giro Stage 3 in 2024. That was quite a close one between the two. That was a 1-1-2. Bini finishing third. Tim Merlier winning on the day in front of John to Milan. So there is a bit of a rivalry. We can sift out a rivalry between these two. But yeah, we will wait and see. We will wait and see if we're gonna get that battle in this year's Tour de France. Hopefully so. Hopefully we will get these big juggernauts going head to head in a sprint. But there's still a long way to go to some of these sprint stages. There's not too many stages. We're not going to get the Champs-Élysées sprint stage. So that is a bit of a shame, to say the least. But yeah, right now, 117 kilometers still to go here. We're seeing the back end of the peloton in the cars. We're seeing number 95 from Groupama Vichy. We still have Intermarché up towards the front with Alpecin de Koenig. And yeah, a lot of things still to happen here. What are we saying? Tell me this. Isn't the collection of real people on YouTube? Yeah, I think we have a very good chat. So if you're new, make sure to get involved in the chat. And yeah, we're seeing Benyam Gumay in the white jersey. We're seeing so many riders. Well, a second place for Benyam Gumay. He said he was, well, we actually had that in the recap yesterday, the interview clip that he gave. He said that obviously he was a bit disappointed not winning, but I think a second place is not a bad way to start your Tour de France. Obviously, with a lot of people not believing in him early on because of not the best selection of results in this season, not winning a stage or victory since the Tour de France 2024. But Intermarché and Alpecin, they're still pushing on here. We're seeing Lenny Martinez. Oh no, this isn't Lenny Martinez. Santiago Buitrago, the Bahrain victorious rider. He's just trying. Well, he's got a problem here with his bike. Ooh, rear derailleur. Mechanic sorting out the rear derailleur while they're moving. That bit of a sketchy move by the mechanic there. But we're seeing the back end here. Santiago Buitrago, obviously top 10 finisher last year. And a very good rider, won the Tour of Valenciana earlier this year. And I mean, Bahrain victorious, a very interesting squad. We might as well focus on the teams a bit more as well. We did that yesterday. But we still have the four riders of Bruno Amarai, Andreas Leknesson, the Norwegian champion, Fedorov, the Norwegian champion, not the Norwegian, Fedorov, the Kazakh national champion. He will never win the Norwegian championships. And Brent Van Moor, the surprise stage winner back in 2021 on a stage in the Dauphiné. But Santiago Buitrago definitely having some mechanicals here. He's just stopping now. He's probably going to change his bike. And yeah, bit of action for Bahrain. I mean, Bahrain victorious. Good team, as we know. They always come with a very strong team. This year they've got Santiago Buitrago, who we're talking about. They've got Phil Bauhaus as well. He's being paced back now by, I think, Fred Wright. This might be Fred Wright. Or Kamil Granik, the Polish rider. But Phil Bauhaus is definitely going to be a threat on the sprints. Jack Haig, probably more of a helper now these days, despite having been a podium finisher in the Vuelta a España a few years ago. Lenny Martinez, as we said, has been struggling a lot. Finished 182nd yesterday. Was that actually the last place? Yeah, that was the last place. So, yeah, Lenny Martinez not having a great day, unfortunately, yesterday. But, yeah, Santiago Buitrago with Phil Bauhaus is probably going to be their chief attacks. Obviously, Matej Mohoric is also a phenomenal rider when it comes to poaching stage wins in the Tour de France. Robert Stannard in here. Fred Wright desperately wants to get a win in the Tour de France. Was second on a stage in 2022. But we're still seeing Sylvain Dillier towards the front here of the race, doing his best to just, keep the time as low as possible or to a manageable time. But we got Wout van Aert here in the picture as well. What's he going to be doing? Did a phenomenal job for Simon Yates on that Finestre stage. But yeah, Fred Wright has had a pretty good year this year. Top 10 in Paris-Roubaix and top 10 in Trobre-Leon and top 10 in Milan-San Remo. So very good results from the man from London. And I'm sure we're going to see some good results here from Bahrain victorious maybe. Yeah, we probably need a new poll as well. We should probably do something with the kits because we got the new kits. Favorite new kit. I think favorite new kit would be a funny poll on these kind of small ones. And yeah, we're getting a number of riders struggling as well. What was it? Carousel Vertigo saying we got Alaphilippe struggling towards the back. But who has the best new tour kit this year? There you go. Who has the best one? The ones I can think about: Visma, Red Bull changed their kit. We had FDJ change their kit as well, and who else? Israel, I think. Maybe let's say other here. So I think that is the vast. Who else changed it? Alpecin, did they? UAE changed it slightly, but not really that much. So yeah, EF Education Easy Post. Did they change the kit? I mean, Ineos changed their kit as well for the tour with that new sponsor, so I'll put that in as well. Yeah, maybe there's someone I missed out on. Groupama, yes. I'm just looking through the kits. Total changed their kit a bit. Israel Primatech changed their kit a bit. And yeah, but we'll go with that poll. 120. Oh no, thank goodness no. 112 kilometers still to go here of the stage, and 2 minutes and 31 seconds still to go here for the breakaway. They've had a very stable lead here. It's nothing too taxing for the peloton right now. It's kind of paint drying moment, isn't it? We're watching paint dry in front of our very eyes. Not too many things happening. Drake Hall Games, I absolutely agree. It's an absolutely dreadful kit. Ineos Grenade is. With that Total Energies sponsorship. But Axel Laurens, he's going to be an interesting rider here. He could potentially be the one to do something here for them. But yeah, Ineos, I'm not quite sure what they're going to do in this year's Tour de France. Obviously, losing Ghana was a big blow for them. And yeah, Carlos Rodriguez is obviously, as we know, former top 10 finisher and a stage winner. Geraint Thomas as well in there, but his final tour. So yeah, we will wait and see here. But 2 minutes and 27 seconds, very comfortable situation for Alpecin. It is that last profile. If you weren't here when we talked about it, look at this profile. We've got 2 castorized climbs within the last 10 kilometers. And then we got a false, well, it's not really a false flat, but we got a smaller climb all the way up to the finish here. But look at that. The first punch from it is the Saint Etienne climb there. 15%, it goes up to 10.6% average, 1 kilometer long. Perfect. I think this is better than Murugui actually. Is it? I'm trying to think. I have actually ridden Murugui, but it's definitely a hard one, this. And then you've got the very fast descent, and then you've got another climb, 800 meters at 8.8%. Definitely another kick. And then you've got that final 1.2 kilometers at 3.8% into the finishing line. So that is certainly going to be a challenge for the riders as well. So yeah, it will be... yeah, that finish will definitely throw up something, I think. We'll definitely get some opportunity from big riders. We're not yet on 100 likes, so make sure to hit the like button as well. And yeah, we have also got some news that we have a sponsor of the stream now, so make sure to check out our sponsor. It's Velo Pro Racer. It's a very cool free app as well. So I've linked it in our chat as well. So check out the app. It's completely free. It's quite, yeah, it's interesting. Free to play, as I said. Race and train online, offline, with optional subscription for more features. There's workouts as well. And I think it's something that we're going to talk about on a few of the stages. But yeah, we have had a crash. So a crash has happened, unfortunately. And yeah, that is not good. Not good here. Renard as well. Oof, that was bad. The Cofidis rider, that was quite a hard crash here. Finishing quite high up in the Copenhagen sprint. But he is back on the bike here. It's the biggest race in the world. And if you're French, you definitely don't want to lose out on this. You don't want to leave the race. Nobody wants to leave the Tour de France. Finishing second this year in the Copenhagen Sprint, Alex Renard, and second in the Brussels Cycling Classic, and second in the Sparkassen Munster Giro. So he's had a run of second places, no wins yet, but I'm sure it'll come for the 26-year-old. And he's actually from one of the stages that we'll come to as well. I think it is the what are we saying? It is the Britannia stage. That is where we pass his hometown. So yeah, that should be quite interesting to see how he's received there. Hopefully he's still in the race. But 110 kilometers still to go here. We've still got that breakaway out in front that we've talked so much about. The Norwegian champion in there, the Kazakh champion, Bernd Van Moer in there, and Bruno Amarai hunting to be another rider to finish the Dauphiné Tour de France polka dot double. That is what they're trying to go for. And yeah, we'll wait and see if he can complete that. But I mean, he's expending a lot of energy. We saw that from Nilsen Paulus in EF Education Easy Post when he was trying to go hard out to chase down the polka dot jersey. It doesn't really work. And when it comes deeper into the race, yeah, you might just lose out. You might just not be able to have enough energy in reserve. So that's what I'm trying to say, as the bigger, fresher riders will absolutely just get rid of you as easy as anything. Bruno Amarai, a lot of experience, as we said earlier. But Renard is back in the group here. He's riding next to his teammate, wearing the polka dot jersey. Benjamin Thomas, remember that crazy crash yesterday? That was something that we won't forget very quickly. But yeah, the Copenhagen Sprint, very good race, new race. But that was where Alexis Renard finished second to Jordi Meeus. So not bad at all. Not bad at all. 2 minutes and 23 seconds down, 109 kilometers still to go. Intermarché with Alpecin still dictating the pace at the front. And yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? It's looking good for the riders, looking good for keeping this down. But I think this is also showing that Intermarché have some aspirations of Bini finishing up there. I promised you the green jersey points as well, so we'll get that on screen. and then we can talk about that. But yeah, I think if Binny finishes up there, it's a, like we said, crazy profile in the 10 kilometers. It's going to be a very, I don't know, what should we say, a very dangerous finish. Not dangerous in terms of crashes, maybe, who knows, but in terms of losing time, being caught out. So yeah, I think it's going to be a great finish to this stage, and who's going to win this, that is anyone's guess. But I mean, I would think Pogacar is definitely going to be up there. But the green jersey points here, you can see we've got Philipsen still leading. Well, still leading. He is leading. And I think we've got Anthony Turgis in the green jersey, if I'm not mistaken here. But Philipsen, 63 points. Biniam Girmay, 45 points. So he's got 18-point lead here. Obviously, they were also going for the intermediate sprints. That's where a number of the points were collected. Anthony Turgis, 29 points. And then you can see you go further down, 5th place, the man who won the intermediate sprint, picking up no points at the finish. And that is, of course, Milan. Milan, 20 points. So he's already 43 points behind some of the other riders, or his chief competitors there. So not a good day for Lidl Trek, not having any crashes, but that is not how they would have wanted to start their Tour de France. But Alpes de Koenig, 107.8 kilometers still to go here of the stage. Our next interesting focal point of the stage is coming up very shortly. We're going to get Cat 4 climb, 1.2 kilometers at 5%. So that is the one we're looking at now. That's going to be the interesting part of this stage, or of the next few minutes. 2 kilometers until we get to the foot of that climb. But yeah, Intermarché are throwing a lot into this. I don't know if this is a mistake by them. A lot of work being done here. And yeah, what are we saying? New poll idea. Age groups for the chat. That's harsh. 107 kilometers still to go. And we were saying Alpecin very present towards the front here. Obviously, the yellow jersey, they want to defend that. But maybe they are thinking about a Mathieu van der Poel win here. And yeah, it would be very fascinating. I mean, Magnus Kort, they were questioning at the beginning of the stage if he was going to be doing something here. Uno X Mobility, they kind of stamped that down and said they were more interested in the breakaway. But I mean, Magnus Kort, we've seen him in the Vuelta a España in the past, doing very well on very punchy terrain. So it's not out of the realms of possibility here. But yeah, great to have almost 400 people in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from as well. We're almost at 90 or almost at 100 likes as well. So we're only 6 likes away from that. But it is the biggest bike race in the world. Are we going to see a battle between Jasper Philipsen and Biniam Girmay today? I don't think so. I think that finish, that final 10 kilometers is way too hard for the sprinters. Yeah, I don't think, well, who knows? Sprinters are very good. Jasper Philipsen has won Milan-San Remo in the past. So if they treat it like, well, it's not really a Milan-San Remo because you've got the 3.8% all the way up to the finish. So yeah, Jens Vogt is actually asking just that question about Biniam Girmay. But yeah, I don't think Jasper Philipsen stays in yellow. We'll ask you guys the question as well. In terms of best Tour de France kit, you guys are going for Visma Lisa bike. I like that kit as well. I think it's very nice. Ineos Grenadier is getting 14%. So, I mean, as much as a lot of us detest that kit with the emergence of the Total Energy sponsor, yeah, it's doing quite well in the poll, I guess, relatively. But yeah, they got less than 500 meters until the top of the climb now. These 4 riders, I think it's going to be Bruno Amarai trying to get this. Bruno Amarai definitely wants to try and get himself into contention of this polka dot jersey, but he is behind Andreas Leknesson. Is Leknesson thinking about this as well? Some riders use this as kind of a way of getting into shape as well. If they were just not feeling or seeing the numbers that they would want, then they would just make sure that they do a few breaks in the first stage. And yeah, right now we're seeing, I think it's going to be between Leknesson Oh, Bruno Marais goes for it. Bruno Marais and Brent Van Moor, they're the ones really going for it. We're getting a really intense battle here between the riders. The only one really not challenging for this is Fedorov. But it looks like we are going to get, I think it's going to be Brent Van Moor taking this, if I'm honest. We still got 250 meters to go. Brent Van Moor, Lexnerson on his wheel, and I think Lexnerson just took it. So very animated there from the two. But Lexnerson takes the point. Uno X gets a point here, and yeah, a good bit of action here. 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Now they need to regroup and make sure that they can extend their lead here if they can. Extend the lead if they can. But who's going to be taking the win here? But a very fast animated sprint here for the line. Brent Van Moor trying everything, but the Norwegian champion here taking that solitary point here. And yeah, that is a lot of energy expended for 1 point. But every point matters in these polka dot jersey competitions. Sometimes you hear me moaning about riders starting too late with the pursuit of that jersey and then losing out. So let me try and see if I can get some more light as well. But for the time being, it's looking, yeah, it is what it is. It's a breakaway out in front. We've got the GC, or not the GC, we've got the sprinters teams controlling things, making sure that they can keep it under control. But we've got, 1-2-2, Eddie Dunbar coming down. Was this a mechanical or did he crash? Eddie Dunbar, a very nice guy in person. Irish fans will really like him. But yeah, Eddie Dunbar, yeah, very, very nice guy off the bike. And probably the best Irish rider right now, I think. Is that a better Irish rider? Sam Bennett is kind of not there anymore. But a very good rider nonetheless still. 103.6 kilometers still to go here over the stage. 2 minutes and 37 seconds. We are seeing the riders come up here towards the front. The peloton on this Cat 4 climb. No points available. We're seeing Jonas Vingegaard and Tadej Pogacar. Almeida moving up towards the front as well. Is this I don't know. Is this a bad move to have Almeida losing time? I don't know. But Jonas Vingegaard and Jorgensen not losing time. That's quite a crucial point here. So we'll wait and see here. Wait and see. But great to have so many people in the chat already. 103 kilometers still to go here on the stage. Who's going to be winning the stage? We probably should do a poll like that. Most of you thinking Tadej Pogacar. Ben Healy. Yes, of course, Ben Healy. I apologize. Ben Healy as well. So a good little crop of riders. Yeah, I'm sorry. Apologies, guys. Apologies, Ben Healy. I completely forgot that name. Yeah, Ben Healy. Corrected me rightly in the comments. Have they got more Irish riders in the peloton right now? Ben Healy and yeah, Eddie Dunbar. Is that the only rise? But they've just crossed the Cat 4 climb here. The Cat 4 climb has been crossed. And our next point to look towards is that intermediate sprint. And that could be quite interesting. With that green jersey, as we said earlier, points are up for grabs. Obviously, Scott, that was stupid. But what I mean is, the points will be in action because there's only 4 riders. There's only 4 riders here. 4 riders to take away the points. That means the 20 points disappears, the 17, the 15, and the 13. So I think it's the 11 point or 10 points that is going to be in play. But obviously, it's the relative difference to your rivals that matters. So we'll see who's going to get involved there. What are we saying? I'm calling big name breakaway in last 15 kilometers. $1 to Cycling Dane for the losers. Any takers? Yeah, it's breakaway day. Breakaway time. TV camera time. I mean, who's missing out of that breakaway? We got World Tour teams, 2 of them, with Astana and Decathlon AG2R, and then you've got Uno X and Lotto. Israel probably could have thrown someone up here. Total, nobody up here. You would have thought Total Energies would want to show their jersey up here. And Rafferty, okay, possibly Rafferty at EF. Okay. We're jumping into Irish riders once again. We're saying where's Chris as well in the chat. He would pick Sagan for sure. I'm sure Chris will appear in the comments. First time people joining the chat. We have many in-jokes on the chat. So yeah, we're almost inside the last 100 kilometers, and then we are going to get ever closer to that intermediate sprint, and then ever closer to that last 30k. That could be the real nugget here. But crash. We've had a few crashes, but we know why. It's because of the very intimate scenario here of the riders, that they're all pushing. They're all getting told by the sports directors to get up the front, to fight for position. You never really give an inch in the Tour de France, as we've heard from many riders. This is panic stations here with a crash here. So, are we going to see a stage win from Jasper Philipsen? We'll see who was involved in this crash as well. But quite bad when it's like this. Lotto rider down. Total Energy, Bahrain victorious as well. So a lot of riders getting caught out here in this crash. Who else can we see? Lotto riders. Jaco Aula 122. We were just talking about him. Eddie Dunbar, curse of the commentator's curse. Fred Wright, I think, is caught up. It looks a bit like Fred Wright. So a lot of riders caught up in this crash, unfortunately. They're saying Leonard van Eetval is one of the riders. Fred Wright and Joran Jegat as well. So, yeah. Bit of a shame. We'll try and see if we get a replay, but we're inside the last 100 kilometers now of the stage, and it is that final 10 kilometers that we will see a real nugget here. What are we saying, Tom? So where can we buy a haircut? Coffee again? I'm a little. Yeah, okay, haircut. We should almost have decision on haircut as a poll, but I think that would be quite dangerous if I put the bold category in there, and maybe all of you just jump in on Mohawk. Rocket Power Mohawk, best YouTuber on the platform. But that's Formula 1. So, 2 minutes and 32 seconds. Another crash. There's been quite a few crashes. We say this every year, though. It's not like... It's like we have amnesia. It's like we forget that there's crashes every time in these Grand Depart. But we're seeing Total Energies there, the ones... just pacing their rider back here, Joran Jegat. And is what it is, really. Crashes happen, and this is why you want to stay up towards the front. But Eddie Dunbar, that's annoying, isn't it? Eddie Dunbar crashing. But Fred Wright getting a change of bikes as well. How these riders and the guys driving the cars can do it so smoothly with not having more accidents. Obviously, accidents happen. Is absolutely, a myth. Incredible in my eyes. But we're seeing Fred Wright, the British rider, former champion as well in British cycling, won that up in the northeast of England. But a very good classics rider, as we said. Top 10 in the Tour de France. Has been close to a stage win in the Tour as well. But Bahrain victorious. Not a great start by them. Lenny Martinez crashed by Fred Wright. We'll have to see what they can do here. Phil Bauhaus is certainly going to be a danger man in the sprints. And Santiago Buitrago, if he can do well, that would be very good for him. But Fred Wright here. We're seeing him, the man from London. Is he going to be able to do it? We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see if he's going to take a stage. He's definitely going to be a vital component of the Bahrain Victorious team and the success for them. But how much is taken out of this as well? Scott, what are we saying? Clifton Dunn. Scott, the future president. Actually, we have had a new president. Not new, but the same president got elected, I think. Get a mohawk cut at 100,000 subscribers. Let's go. Okay, fine. If we get to 100,000 by the end of the tour, I will get a mohawk. So if you want to see that, invite all your friends for that. So Thank you, Tom, as well, for a bit of coffee money there as well, or haircut money. I will get a haircut. Actually, one of the local haircuts, or what do you call it? Buzz cut people. No, what are we saying? Hairdressers. There we go. Here around the corner have 100,000 subscribers. So I'll get my haircut at that one. But yeah, the chase is happening right now on the road. Lenny van Eetveld, many people thinking he could potentially get a top 10. The former UAE Tour winner. Last year was it? And right now we're seeing them pull here a lot. So riding in the team cars here. So yeah, but they might get a fine for this. This is a very dramatic one. Drafting the team car. You know my opinion about this. I think if you come down in a crash, you should be able to draft the car without any punishment here. So yeah, but thank you guys for all the donations. I will do the poll now because all of you are saying this. Yeah. But 97.9 kilometers, 2 minutes and 22 seconds still for these riders. Fedorov, Leknesson, Brent Van Moer, Bruno Amarai, all these guys up here. When we get 100k subs, what haircut do you want me to get? There you go. So we'll put the mohawk, we'll put bald, we'll put buzz cut. What else is there? Remco Evenepoel haircut. Remco haircut. So yeah, 97.6 kilometers as we said, 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Eetveld is quite a few minutes. Well, he's a minute and a half behind the peloton here. So yeah, it's quite daunting this for Lotto if they were actually having aspirations of him being in GC. Obviously, they have interesting things to say the least as well. Brian, Amsterdam Brownies. Thank you guys for all the coffee money. We got the coffee money or haircut money. I mean, with some of the hairstyles you guys are proposing, it will have to be it will be quite expensive, I think, for some of these haircut, the barbershops. But Lotto is the team that we're seeing struggling here in the team cars. They've got panic stations here because of Lennart van Eetveld. So Lennart van Eetveld is absolutely not having a great day here. This is, not good time for Lotto here. They will do anything here to stay up the road, try and get back here. They want to keep this, as good as possible. They're getting joined by Fred Wright, I think, here as well. So, yeah, we'll wait and see here. We'll wait and see what's going to happen. And, another crash here. Another crash. A Bahrain rider here just struggling or just came off a bit. Ronald Stannard here. Looked like he just came off the bike a bit here. And, yeah, this is interesting here. But, 96.6 kilometers still to go here of the stage. Great to have almost 500 people in the chat. And we'll see what's going to happen here. But the stage is still quite long here. We are getting ever closer. We've got a lot of uncategorized rolling sectors now for the riders to jostle with before we get to the intermediate sprint. So, there's a lot of things still to go here. Or challenges for the riders and a lot of narrow roads, as they were saying early on in the stage. But the breakaways still have a bit of a margin, 2 minutes and 17 seconds. It's kind of been hovering around the 2 minutes and 30 for quite a while now. So we'll wait and see if they keep this up. They're definitely doing a good job to keep the margin as long as possible. Clifton Dunn asking, where is Lipovic? No news is good news, as we normally see. Yesterday it wasn't good news for him, losing a lot of time, and for the time being it's a slow build up here for this stage. We've had a lot of panic moments for different riders, mechanicals, crashes, but right now it's not looking too good for some of these smaller teams having a lot of crashes. But Bruno Amarai, Fedorov, Van Moer and Leknesson up towards the front here. still riding quite well here, and they've got, if they can make it to the next Castrized climb in a few kilometers, actually quite a few kilometers, let's just say that, in about 64 kilometers, if they can keep this up, then they will be contesting for that Cat 3, and the Cat 3 has a few more points available, 2 points available. So if it is Bruno Amarai who wins that and the next one, he could actually wear the polka dot jersey at the end of the stage. So if that happens, that will be very, very interesting. But yeah, for the time being, it's a very slow build-up of the stage, other than just in terms of action. I mean, we've had a lot of carnage, but we don't really care about the carnage is part of the ride, isn't it? Yeah, we'll have to wait and see if anything more happens. I think many of the teams are anticipating more things happening on the stage today in terms of bad things. So yeah, unfortunately, that is just how racing happens in the first week of the Tour. So yeah, who knows, really? Who knows? But for the time being, 2 minutes and 15 seconds is what they've got to play with. We still have Intermarché and Alpecin kind of leading the charge at the front. And Ricky is saying here, 2012 Tour de France, Peter Sagan would have won this stage for sure, for sure. Remember Peter Sagan at that time, he was also finishing on the podium of Amstel Gold and stuff like that. And yeah, absolutely ridiculous riding by him. But 94.9 kilometers still to go here, 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Do we think this breakaway? We haven't even done that poll yet, but I shan't change the poll right now because you guys are having fun with the haircut poll. But we're seeing the back end of the peloton, I think, here as well. There's a lot of punchy teams, riders such as Mark Hirschi. Would love to see him take a stage win. He was very good in 2020, and yeah, did take a stage win there. And wasn't he? Did he win Flèche Wallonne or was he second? I think he won Flèche Wallonne. It was Cosnefroid who was second. But Mark Hirschi, very good in the autumn classics, as we know, but not quite as good in this part of the season. Started his career with Tour de Pro cycling with a bang. Let's not forget that, winning the very first stage that he won, or he entered the very first one-day race in around the Calpe area. That was incredible to see that by him. 2 minutes and 14 seconds is kind of blocking up at the front of the peloton here. We got Red Bull Bora-Hansgrohe up there towards the front, with the Dutch national champion riding second wheel of Danny van Poppel. I don't think they're thinking about Jordi Meeus for the win here. That should have been yesterday. We've got the Belgian national champion also making his way in the middle, and that is Tim Wellens. It's not Wout van Aert, it's not Remco Evenepoel, it's not who else? Arnaud Delis. Yeah, love to see Arnaud Delis wearing that jersey. That was very, very good. But 93.8 kilometers, they're making up one of these Castrized climbs. And it's, yeah, you can see the profile of the stage. There are lots of small lumps here that are arguably bigger than that Cat 4 that we had. So it would have been great to have like a series of Cat 4 climbs there. Like this one now that they're going up, I'm sure that could be a Cat 4 climb. So yeah, Tadej Pogacar got asked at the start of the day saying it was a one-day classic race, and Tadej said yeah, it was pretty much a one-day classics race. What else is he saying? What did he say? Yeah, okay, so they were asking about what happened yesterday, losing riders. But he said it was better obviously he wanted to keep all the riders in the GC, but as in Almeida, but it's better to lose them and still be safe than not. I think that is a very good point by him. But Tadej Pogacar, in these kind of stages, doesn't really need teammates, let's be honest. He's a phenomenal classics rider, arguably the best or the second best, whatever view you want to take of it. And yeah, we'll see what Tadej Pogacar can do here. But we're seeing number 72 here for Red Bull Bora-Hansgrohe. Is this Lipovic? Lipovic, the former skier, not ski jumper. So Red Bull Bora-Hansgrohe being led by two ski jumpers here. Valentin Panapantra struggling here a bit towards the back here. Valentin Panapantra is definitely going to be a rider that they need later on. But yeah, crosswinds here. Check flags on the side of the road here. But yeah, 23 kilometer crosswinds we're getting in the chat. So yeah, we're seeing the red, white, and blue stripes of America at the front, and that is obviously Quinn Simmons. Very, very strong rider, as we know, and he will be very good here for Lidl Trek. I mean, yeah, it was crazy that they got caught out, Lidl Trek. That's not really one of the teams that I thought that would be caught out. If you looked what happened yesterday, I thought Enric Mas would have been lost in one of the echelons, and we would have had John Milan definitely up there with Tim Merlier with the Remco Evenepoel. But it was the opposite. How did Enric Mas survive the echelon attack? That was one of the shocks. But wind is here. They're starting to increase the pace here. The pace is increasing. So yeah, this is going to be interesting now. Are we going to see some retaliation from yesterday? They are organizing it a bit here at the front here. And yeah, I think this could be a bit of action here. Short roads, fast roads, crosswinds, all this. And yeah, we will wait and see. We will wait and see if that's going to happen. But yeah, anything can happen here on the stage. Drink. That's part of our drink game or hydration game. Is every time I say that, you have to drink some water to keep hydrated. But the day has been very interesting here with so many weather conditions. Like, we've had rain, we've had sunshine. Well, we haven't. We've been sitting indoors. Hopefully everyone's sitting indoors and just relaxing. But Danny Van Poppel, I remember this. This was when 2013, Cycling Day did not exist at all. When Danny Van Poppel debuted at the Tour de France with Team Sky, if you remember that, at 19 years and 338 days. That was impressive. He was the first teenager to enter the race for 79 years. No, it's 81 years. Get the maths correct. But Alpecin still at the front here with Lidl Trek, Intermarché up there as well. Arcare B&B Hotels also up towards the front as well. So a lot of riders up here. So yeah, we will wait and see what's going to happen here. Are we going to see a stage win from... Yeah, I don't know. Who are we kind of thinking a stage win? Where's that going to come from? Tadej Pogacar potentially? Is that the man that everyone thinks is going to win the stage? Or is it going to be Jasper Philipsen? Is it going to be Mathieu van der Poel? Biniam Girmay? I mean, they are talking up his chances, but is that a reality? I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I am not quite sure. So, yeah, it might be too hard of a profile. So, certain commentators are saying that they believe he could be up there. The team itself was saying that they were hoping for a top 5, and they think that the consistency of Bini could be a way to win the green jersey or be up there amongst it. He is one of the better climbers in terms of the climbers. And one of the funny questions in the team presentation was, have you been altitude training before the tour? And then Bini looked at him and said, I live in altitude in Eritrea above 2,000 meters. So I thought that was quite funny. So 89.8 kilometers. The lead has come down a bit for the riders here in terms of that breakaway out in front, the 4 riders. And are they going to survive to that next categorized climb? I am a bit uncertain here. So that might be our next poll. Are we going to see the breakaway survive here? But these uncategorized climbs are a bit frustrating. Just lump a Cat 4 there. Did they not have enough Cat 4 banners? Is that what's going on here? So, yeah, bit of a shame. It's a lot of effort here for Bruno Amarai already. He's been in the break already twice. And, I mean, is he going to try for the time trial as well? What's the goal here? We'll wait and see. But for the time being, Bruno Amarai is the one at the front here for them. Brent Van Moer, strong rider as well. Fedorov, as we said, former world under-23 road champion. And double Kazakh national champion as well recently as well. So a very solid rider, and Andreas Leknesson, obviously a good rider as well. Losing out yesterday, but I think maybe Leknesson is going for polka dot campaign here, polka dot jersey campaign. And yeah, Norwegian polka dot jersey winners, I can't remember. We will dive into some history as we always do with jerseys, and I love talking about the polka dot jersey, even wearing it. But for the time being, these riders out in front, we are seeing a bit more rain coming back here, so it's not quite sunshines here. It's dipping under the 2 minute mark here for the riders, so the breakaway are losing time, just dripping away slightly, 1 second at a time for every few hundred meters here. So the peloton are definitely increasing the pace here, and I don't think we're gonna have the peloton out here for too much. But yeah, the Lotto Destiny team are really playing with fire here. They are getting Van Edveld back here, but they are drafting team cars like anything. But Edveld is back here. His teammates as well with Jasper de Boos, Fred Wright, and yeah, but yeah, they're playing with fire. They're playing with fire. The commissaires, when the team cameras are here, this is playing with fire. I'll try and get that on screen as well, so you can see how close this is as well. But I definitely think they're gonna get they're definitely gonna get some sort of punishment for this from the commissaires. I think the commissaires love to throw out fines, and I think there is going to be a fine coming to Lotto Destiny for this, or Lotto. They're not called Destiny anymore. Nevertheless, 87.4 kilometers. It's been an interesting stage so far with in terms of what's been happening. And what are we saying? Amen is saying Lance Armstrong hates you. Hates me? Probably did something. But he hates the polka dot jersey. Well, okay. Can't hate the polka dot jersey. It's the best jersey in the race, in my opinion. I have got more than one jersey, so I'm not just wearing the same jersey throughout the transmissions. But Van Edveld, he's back, but at what cost has this been? We will wait and see. Do you think they're gonna get punished for this? I think this is gonna be, they're gonna get something out of this. There's gonna be a fine or something, or losing UCI points, but Lotto don't really care about that because they are doing so well. Fred Wright in the medical car as well. Just seeing what's gonna happen here with him. 1 minute and 55 seconds now for the breakaway, so they are losing that bit of time, like we said, but we're getting ever closer to that intermediate sprint that I think is going to be the next point of action if the riders can keep out of trouble. But there is that crosswind potential here that is worrying the peloton a bit. We've got Alps and De Koning, Visma Leasebike moving towards the front as well. Quinn Simmons holding the front as well for Lidl Trek here. So a lot of riders just making sure to stay out of harm's way here. Great to have 500 people in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from as well. And yeah, do check out our new sponsor as well of the stream. So they will be sponsoring us for most of the stages. And it is a free cycling game that you can check out. So that'll be in the chat. And if you support them, you support the channel. So obviously, I want them to do well as well for reaching out and supporting the channel. But Jasper Philipsen, we're seeing the yellow jersey here. Who are Alpecin fighting for? Here? Sylvain Dillier up here. We should probably do who you think is going to win the stage as well. Do you think it's going to be... Yeah, let's just go for it. Who will win the stage? Let's go for that. Will it be Pogacar? Who do we think it's... Yeah, or will it be MVDP? Will it be... Who else can we think of? Who else would be up there? I can't really think of anyone. We can put Binny in there, and then we can put other. I'm only saying Binny because he's a very resilient sprinter. So, and yeah, obviously we did the video on the Echelon Cycling podcast. When was that? Last year, where we talked about Binny having similar traits to Peter Sagan to some extent. And after winning 3 stage wins and the green jersey, I think that is, quite good comparison here. But right now, 84.9 kilometers, they're cresting more They're cresting more climbing without anyone doing anything. Ooh, Space saying Caden Groves. Good shout, good shout. Caden Groves is a great shout here. So maybe that is who they're working for here. So we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see here what's going to happen. But yeah, another uncategorized climb for the breakaway. Unfortunately, they're losing time. 1 minute and 46 seconds now down. So are we potentially going to see action here on this uncategorized climb for the peloton here? We're seeing Alaphilippe, Julien Alaphilippe, who could have been a man to be a favorite if it was a few years ago on this kind of stage. Remember the 2020 stage win? 2021 stage win, I think it was. But Julien Philippe and the Tour is just, the things he's done in the Tour is incredible. Winning a time trial stage in the yellow jersey was impressive. And yeah, right now 84.6 kilometers still to go of the stage. And who is going to be winning it? Who knows, really? I think it's a very open day today, but Tadej Pogacar, I think, is yeah, more bad luck for Lotto here. One of their star men, if not the star man, Arnaud Delis, a mechanical here. So yeah, not great day for Lotto here. Lotto, Belgian team, Belgian kind of racing conditions today, and they would have tried and maximize this. I mean, Arnaud Delis, if he was in better form, I don't know what his form is, but we've seen him in absolute riveting form in the past. Remember Tour de la Provence last year, where he absolutely decimated everyone on a very steep climb. Yeah. Søren Varensholt is struggling a bit here. Yesterday's third place finisher. And yeah, we'll see what he can do. A former under-23 time trial champion. Obviously, the under-23 time trial champions is a good indication of future success, because it's just big engine, and big engines in cycling are always really good. The under-23 World Championships on the road is not quite as good at conversion. But Alpecin de Koenig still congregating towards the front, keeping that strong presence there. And yeah, it looks like they have a firm grasp on this. But thank you, Armin, as well, for a kind donation. More coffee money, or haircut money / haircut coffee money. But yeah, Alpecin de Koenig doing very, very good right now. 42.8 kilometers average pace right now. Is the peloton slowing down? I'm not quite sure. They are certainly very fast right now. But yeah. Problems here for a mechanical here for, I think that might be Søren Varensholt, Uno X. I think, yeah, it was Søren Varensholt. I mean, the amount of bike changes, if you guys want a drinking game, that is the drinking game. How many times we've seen riders having mechanicals in these early stages, I think is quite crazy. But yeah, for the time being, it's looking very, very good here. But we still have that yellow jersey out of trouble, and it's looking very good for the riders. Quinn Simmons up there, and yeah, what can he do later in the race? That is a big question here. So Mathieu just getting interviewed at the start of the day. He said that they did celebrate about this, and yeah, but be honest, who thought Jasper Philipsen was going to win the stage yesterday? Tim Earlier and John Milan was most people's choice because of the real presence those two power sprinters have, and Jasper Philipsen obviously not the best season this year. So yeah, who knows really? Who knows? We'll wait and see, but it's looking very good here. For the peloton right now. They are clawing back the breakaway. The time is really reducing now for them. So the breakaway is in a worrying position here. They need to up the pace if they're even going to survive to the intermediate sprint now. And that intermediate sprint is coming up shortly. I say shortly. It's still in a bit of time. So yeah, I think it's in about, let's see, 24-ish kilometers. Then we're going to get the intermediate sprint. So the intermediate sprint is definitely going to be interesting point of the race to see that green jersey. We talked about the green jersey classification, how tight it is, and the bit of points that Jasper Philipsen has got of a lead over Bini, obviously. Those two winning the last two green jerseys, and then Jonathan Milan wanting to win it on debut, which, I mean, when's the last time we had a green jersey win it on debut? I mean, Peter Sagan won it in 2012 on debut. So is that the last time? Let's try and think. That is a question open to the chat as well. Sometimes many of you get correct me as well, so that is very good. But great to have so many people in the chat. Smash the like button as well. It's completely free, and thank you to every single one of you who've donated to the chat. And do check out our sponsor as well. We'll talk about them more, but it is Velo Pro Racer. It's a new app, very, very cool app, and I'm sure it's going to be very interesting to see that progress. It's free to download and free to try, so check that out. But 80 kilometers to go here, 1 minute and 37 seconds for the breakaway riders. Are they going to be able to keep away until that intermediate sprint? I'm thinking no. Let's do that. That could be a cool poll. Who do you think is going to win the intermediate sprint? Most of you think it's going to be Tadej Pogacar winning the stage. You can't really go wrong with that. Apparently, it's also the 400th career race day for none other than Jonas Vingegaard, which is equivalent to 1 year and 35 days of riding your bike. So his career is 1 year and 35 days of riding his bike competitively, and obviously that doesn't even include all the training that they do as well. I think cycling is one of the most crazy sports. How much do football players train a day? 2 hours or something like that. And then you have cyclists training 6 hours a day. It's crazy, isn't it? It's a completely different world. But, I mean, I love the sport. It's a great sport, and that's why we're all here, united by the biggest bike race in the world. Alpecin de Koenig, still taking charge at the front. And I think that's a good poll as well. Who do you think they should go with today? Who should they be riding for? Are we going to see Jonas Vingegaard winning the stage today? I don't think so. I think Jonas is really going to come into his own. Who should Alpecin ride for today? There you go. Who should they ride for today? MVDP, Philipsen, or Caden Groves? I think Caden Groves is a great shout. He's quite a resilient sprinter, and we'll see what he can do here. But the breakaway, still 1 minute 37, so they did lose a chunk of time, obviously, but they managed to just hold it a bit here, and another uncategorized climb, which is a bit frustrating. Maybe it doesn't qualify. They must qualify, because that Cat 4 that we had early on was definitely not as challenging as some of the ones we've seen now. So, we will wait and see. Who would you be riding for if you were the team manager of Alpecin de Koenig? Would you be riding for Mathieu van der Poel right now in this stage? They have such a versatile team right now in terms of these kind of stages. So, it's looking very interesting here. Runda saying none more than the cycling Dane on his penny farthing. Don't worry, guys. There's gonna be another crazy penny farthing video coming up later this month. But 79 kilometers still to go here. 1 minute and 31 seconds for this breakaway. They come up over that uncategorized climb. They've got a bit of a descent here, and then they've got another uncategorized climb. It's kind of like unpaid work, isn't it? Volunteer work. They're volunteer climbing these uncategorized climbs. But with every pedal stroke, we're getting closer to that intermediate sprint, and I think that will be quite awakening here to see what's going to happen. Are we going to see potentially... I'm potentially going to see Jonathan Milan try and win that. He needs to claw as many points back after that big loss yesterday, after not being there in the pointy end after those echelons. But this breakaway is a strong one. There are plenty of good time trialists in there. A lot of national time trial championships between them as well. But Bruno Marais, time trial champion in the past. Fedorov, time trial champion as well for his national championships. Leknesson, I think, has also been the Norwegian national time trial champion. He's been the under 23 European Championship and twice the Norwegian national time trial champion, and he was second this year in the time trial championships. That's a lot of time trial. To Tobias Foss, who is in the race doing his debut, the former world time trial champion back in 2022. So yeah, that was a lot of time trial being mentioned there. But 78 kilometers still to go here. The weather seems a bit better. They're passing a weird cyclops on the road here. So yeah, most of you saying that Mathieu van der Poel is the rider that you would be riding for. I would also try and be riding for Mathieu van der Poel. But the sad thing about us as fans is we don't know the form. We don't know how they're feeling. We don't know the watts. We don't know, all this data. So it's very much on a eyeball judgment that we're doing it. So we'll wait and see. Great to have so many channel members in the chat as well. What are we saying? I had a mohawk back in 1959. Don't do it, Scott. Well, I'm not doing it until we have 100,000 subscribers. So it shan't be for a long time, I think. Or maybe not. But 77.3 kilometers, 1 minute and 34 seconds. Very, very interesting stage here in terms of that final 10 kilometers. We haven't really talked about it for a while. But let's just bring it up here for you all to see. There you have it. And yeah, look at that. Those two very sharp categorized climbs before the 5 kilometers to go is definitely going to be destroying some dreams, some aspirations of winning this stage. And I think we are just going to see Tadej Pogacar launch off with Mathieu van der Poel. I think that is what is going to happen, potentially. But we'll wait and see. It certainly is an interesting day for these two guys. And I don't know if Tadej Pogacar wants the jersey this early on, but I mean, last year he had the Maglia Rosa after stage 2, and then took it all the way to the finish. So I don't really think he cares too much about that. But yeah, I mean, Tadej Pogacar, when did he get the jersey last year? He was absolutely radioactive in terms of his form last year. Crazy strong after that Giro. We thought maybe he would be fatiguing a bit, but he seemed even stronger. Yeah, he had the jersey after stage 1, but obviously lost it on stage 3. No, he had the jersey after stage 2, but lost it on stage 3 to Richard Carapaz, to some manufactured way, obviously. And then he took it back on stage 4 and then didn't let go of that jersey until then. But Jasper Philipsen, another Milan-San Remo champion who's won the Maglia Rosa. I mean, yeah, we will wait and see what's going to happen here on the stage. But it's an enticing finish, that 10 kilometers. But Sylvain Dillier, he is definitely earning his money here at the front here. We've got Visma Lease Bike lining up behind. UAE members never far away from UAE, never far away from Visma Lease Bike. But we got 75 kilometers still to go here. So getting ever closer here towards that 10 kilometer finish. But we got that intermediate sprint coming up as well. 1 minute 35 seconds. So it came down. So it was stagnating around 2:30, 2:20. Came down to 2 minutes. Now it's gone even further down. And now it's kind of stagnating the gap between the breakaway and the peloton to around 1 minute 34 seconds. So Alpecin, De Koning doing their best here. Are they confident that they're going to be able to beat John Milan here in the intermediate sprint with Jasper Philipsen? Yeah, they're doing a lot of work here. Little Trek also up here. So yeah, we don't know. Are they confident about beating him in the intermediate sprint? I think John Milan has a lot of anger that he wants to release on that intermediate sprint. But if they could get a man, obviously we've seen that trick used a number of times from various different teams, which is always good. If you get your man to win the intermediate sprint and have a lead-out man between you and the competitors, that does actually hamper your competitor, obviously, in the points. And that's ultimately what matters in the green jersey. But yeah, 74 kilometers, they're coming around. Narrow, twisty, bendy descent here. And we will wait and see what's going to happen here on the stage. But yeah, Sylvain Dillier doing what he does best here. The Swiss national champion. Very, very strong rider, as we know, in his own right. And there are a number of these unsung heroes for just churning out this motor speed at the front. Obviously, we saw it yesterday with Victor Campenaerts doing this job as well. and we've seen Gianni Moscon doing this kind of work as well. Tim de Klerk was obviously very famous for this job as well. So yeah, we'll wait and see. But 1 minute 32 seconds here. It's coming down ever so slightly here. Jasper Philipsen, has he got enough here to stick with them in that final? Who knows? But we will wait and see. We still have the 4 riders out in front, as we talked about. Leknessem, the man from probably the most northern part of anyone in this peloton. Probably rivaled by one of his other Norwegian colleagues, maybe. But yeah, Tromsø very, very far up in the Arctic. And he has won his own home race. So something that many French riders haven't done for a very long time. So we will wait and see. 73.5 kilometers. Alpecin-Deceuninck doing a great job here to manage this stage. The breakaway never getting too much time here. They are not going to let this run away. That's for sure. I don't think we're going to get a breakaway stage today. Many of you thinking Mathieu van der Poel is the man that they should be going with here. So yeah, we'll wait and see if that is the case. But Mathieu van der Poel, such a strong rider, as we know. One of the best classics riders of his generation. And yeah, for sure, that is the man. If he's feeling it, Mathieu van der Poel is the guy you want to go with. I mean, 2021 Strade Bianche, Mathieu van der Poel, that is the guy you want here, who can just put down 1,500 watts in the key moment and ride away from everyone else. That is the guy. Even Alaphilippe, world champion Alaphilippe, couldn't rival him. Wait, was it 2021 or was it 2019? No, 2019 was when Alaphilippe won it and sadly beat the now retired Jakob Fuglsang. But Jakob Fuglsang is doing the Tour of Denmark as well, so he's not completely retired yet. The man who should have won 2019 in the Tour de France, in my opinion. But yeah, crashed on the first stage. That was a very sad day. Yeah, anyway, we're inside the last 72 kilometers of the stage. Still have those riders out in front. They've just built up their lead with a few seconds. Every second counts in this breakaway game, this duel, this dance with the peloton. And we will wait and see here if they're going to be holding it all the way to that intermediate sprint. Yeah, there will be points up for grabs for the sprinters even if it does stay away. The gaps are bigger in the upper tier of the intermediate sprint. Obviously, from first to second, there's a 3-point gap. From second to third, there's a 2-point gap. So, and there's also There's also prize money up for grabs. That's what I was trying to say in the intermediate sprint. It used to be 1,500 euros. So, yeah, we will wait and see here. But interesting stat here from Pro Cycling Stats. You've got to love them. Between 2021 and 2024, Jonas was actually the one who had the best time out of Tadej Pogacar and him. So he had the best time by 3 seconds. That is a phenomenal stat. By Pro Cycling Stats. Absolutely love them. We all love them, of course. Yeah, what are we going to say about the stage finish that we haven't already said? I mean, we're waiting for that intermediate sprint. That intermediate sprint is going to be crucial in the green jersey points. We talked about the big gaps already. Jonas Milan only getting those 20 points courtesy of the intermediate sprint. But he looked quite sort of comfortable and beating Bini and Jasper Philipsen. And it was actually Brian Coquard, of all people, who finished second. So Brian Coquard, very animated in intermediate sprints. And yeah, we'll see if Brian Coquard is going to be featuring up towards the pointy end of this intermediate sprint. But 1 minute 44 seconds. I mean, the peloton making a very hard time to comment about things, but that's where we can kind of talk about other things. Stage 3 is going to be very interesting for sure. That's coming up tomorrow for sure. Stage 2, stage 3, obviously. And yeah, we'll do that. We'll do every single stage this year. So there will be no gaps. Hopefully you'll all join me for all of them. And we'll see this absolutely exciting battle get deeper and deeper. But for the time being, it's a fascinating look between the top riders here. 71.2 kilometers still to go here. Leknessem Norwegian national champion, as we've been saying a few times now. Bruno Marais, hunting for another polka dot jersey. This would be his third one, but he's never won one in a Grand Tour, has he? What has been his best classification? Let's check. Bruno Marais, best classification in a yeah. Let's see. Bruno Marais, good rider, good climber as well. You don't wear the Maglia Rosa without being a good climber. I mean, Bruno Marais, when you look at the detail more closely, 16th place in 2023 in the Giro. That's his best GC result. But in the Masters jersey, not really getting anything other than a 16th place in the Tour de France last year. But was he going for it? That's the question as well. Was he actually really going for it? We will see if he is going for it this year. But yeah, didn't get that point. And I mean, if you are going to be on a break and you don't get the point, then you're just wasting energy. And then I think it's better to just drop back and get ready for the next one, because it's a long race, as the riders know very well. So I think you really have to save your energy and not quite just throw it all on one stage. If you're not getting the points, then just admit that that's not going to happen and hold back for another day. But 1 minute and 36 seconds, 70 kilometers still to go of the stage. The kilometers are ticking down thick and fast now. We're getting ever closer to the intermediate sprint now. And there is a bit of a descent now, so it should be quite fast into this section. Then a bit of another uncategorized climb for the riders, and then that will be the lead into that intermediate sprint. So the intermediate sprint is not that far away. Yeah, this should be very exciting. 1 minute and 35 seconds. We're seeing Danny Van Poppel up here with his teammates of Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe. I don't think they're going for the green jersey. Anthony Turgis is the man wearing the green jersey right now, as he finished so high up yesterday. And yeah, we'll wait and see here. We'll wait and see who's going to be taking the stage win. 69.6 kilometers still to go here. 1 minute and 35 seconds. And great to have over 500 people in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from as well, with a flag in the chat. That would be funny. We haven't done that in this year's Tour de France or Tour of France. 1 minute and 34 seconds, 1 minute and 33 seconds. There's not quite the crosswind action that we were hoping for here. It's quite calm right now. And yeah, we'll wait and see what's going to happen. But for the time being, it's quite calm now. It's quite calm. And we'll wait and see if they're really going to go for this later on. But yeah, this stage is going to be fascinating. This stage is going to be fascinating, to say the least. But yeah, I don't know. 68.8 kilometers. Yeah, I mean, the kilometers are really ticking by now. Great to have so many people in the chat, and we're getting flags. Portugal, Versailles, France, Bahamas, Ireland. Oh, we got some Irish people, not just Paddy Dunn. But yeah, the riders are in front. They're losing a bit more of the lead here. 1 minute and 27 seconds. 1 minute and 27 seconds here. I think they are going to last until the intermediate sprint, unless the riders really kick up in the peloton and really want to go for that 20 points. So we'll wait and see here. We'll wait and see. But yeah, Canadians in the chat as well. Great to have Ronda as well. But are we going to get a stage win here from the breakaway? I don't think so. Here. I think, yeah, we'll wait and see here. But this stage is going to be very bitey in that last 10 kilometers. That's the exciting part. That's what we're all waiting for. And it should be quite good here. Who do you think is going to win realistically? Could be Tadej Pogacar's 100th career win today. That could be on the cards. So, yeah, we will wait and see here. But yeah, Bruno Marais, Brent Van Moer. None of these guys have taken a stage win in the Tour de France before. But are we going to see the win from these guys? Of course not. 1 minute and 30. I think they are going to get the intermediate sprint. So let's ask the chat that as well. Who will win the intermediate sprint? I think that is quite a good question now as they go to commercials. Great. Who will win the intermediate sprint? Will it be Amarai, who I don't know if I can spell his name correctly? Will it be Leknesson? Or will it be Fedorov? Or will it be Van Moer? So there you go. There's your 4 choices. That's our 4 riders out in the break as well. Who's going to be winning that intermediate sprint? Who would I put the money on? I think it's going to be a very boring intermediate sprint if these guys come to it, because who really cares about it here out of these guys? I think most of them do maybe care about the polka dot jersey points a bit more. But I mean, Van Moer probably is my guy, I think. Great to have Japan in the house as well. Apparently it's quite late there. So thank you for joining so late. Oh my goodness, we're seeing a commercial with my cycling hero of Andy Schlecht. Andy Schlecht doing car commercials. Who would have thought? Who had that on their bingo card for this year's Tour de France? But yeah, for the time being, it's looking like it is going to be a win from these guys. Or not a win, but intermediate sprint win, if that's even a thing. So Bruno Amarai, many of you going for him as well. But there is a cash prize up for grabs there. And I think a team like Uno X would probably want the money. Lotto would want the money. Fedorov would want the money for Astana. So yeah, it would be funny if they had like 5 UCI points at the intermediate sprints. That would be quite funny. But I don't think they'll do that. Yeah, it's true what Space says. I think everyone cares who's going to finish 5th in that, because that's obviously the peloton. So is it going to be John Milan being the best of the sprinters? Is it going to be Binny? Is it going to be Jasper? Brian Coquard as well. But yeah, we'll wait and see. We've got another stat here. Top competitors that have never won a UCI race in France. Daniel Poppel, 31 career wins despite being more of a lead-out man now. But he did just win the national championships in the Netherlands. So yeah, a very good lead-out man. A bit dirty sometimes, we have to admit. And yeah, we will wait and see. But for the time being, it's a very fascinating situation with that final 10 kilometers. That is our reward for these a bit more dull kilometers. But yeah, crashes do happen a lot when they really have to concentrate a lot here. They really have to concentrate for sure. But we are just waiting for the commercials to disappear here on the stream. It's annoying, isn't it? If you're watching a football game, they never do adverts during the game. But I guess you can say there's adverts everywhere in a football game. There's adverts everywhere you're watching, because there's sponsors, of course. But yeah, are we going to see a number of these riders be there in the end? The intermediate sprint is coming in 10 kilometers time now. So 10 kilometers until we see that sprint. This is going to be an interesting point of the race for the sprinters. And yeah, this will be fascinating. This will be quite fascinating, to say the least. Yeah, I think it's going to be Brent Van Moer who's going to win this sprint. You guys have gone for Bruno Amarai to take the intermediate sprint, but that 5th place is the one you care more about. 5th place, what would that get you? 5th place, I think that would get you 11 points maybe, or 10 points. I can't quite see the graphic from Pro Cycling Stats here. They've not shown the 5th place. But yeah, Carlos Rodriguez, he's just in the cars now. Another mechanical. So yeah, if you were doing that drinking game, it's time to drink some water, because another mechanical here. Flat tire for Carlos Rodriguez, the man who did win the Spanish national championships a few years ago. They managed to finish in, was it 5th? I think it was 5th he finished a few years ago. Yeah, 5th in the Tour de France, where he also took a stage ahead of Jonas Vingegaard and Tadej Pogacar. That was quite a remarkable win. Only 24 years old. Very strong rider. 9th place in the Criterium du Dauphiné. 6th place in the Tour de Romandie earlier. 6th in the Tour of Valenciana, where he also won the youth classification. And he is, of course, a former winner of the Tour de Romandie from last year. So Carlos Rodriguez, we'll wait and see. But yeah, great to have so many channel members in the chat, of course. And yeah, I promised you guys competitions as well, so we'll get some competitions in the community chat as well. Yeah, but for the time being, 63.5 kilometers, 1 minute and 16 seconds here, 1 minute and 16 seconds. And Fedorov, Van Moer, Leknissen, and Bruno Amarai, those are our guys still out in front here. They're going through a bit of a viaduct. So yeah, that is a bit of a feature here for the riders. Is it called viaduct? But yeah, this is going to be an interesting one for that intermediate sprint. But I've said that like 5 times, so we all know that now. 1 minute and 14 seconds, so it's come down a bit of a chunk again. 15 seconds disappears. The peloton takes a chunk, they take another chunk, and then they take another chunk. So yeah, we'll wait and see if they're going to take more chunks out of this before we get to the intermediate sprint here. But yeah, it's a very, very interesting finish. I'm still waiting for that finish, let's be honest. We're less than 10 kilometers for the riders to that intermediate sprint now. So the intermediate sprint is our next interesting point. They've got a fast climb or a fast descent, but we're seeing a beautiful village here, and the viaduct was kind of enclosing this village here. So that was the walls around, a bit like where do we know? Avignon has a bit of that, where it's kind of a wall around the city. Yeah, where else? Chester, those kind of places. But yeah, great to have so many people in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from as well. This is a long day, the longest day, I think, of this year's Tour de France. Yeah, 54 seconds. They lost a huge chunk here. Just the pace of the peloton. Yeah, now it's almost like, are they going to be able to catch them before the intermediate sprint? The peloton is absolutely just bringing this gap back as quick as possible now. I think maybe the sprinters teams are thinking that 20 seconds is available here, so they could potentially be getting it. And I mean, if you can put 3 points into your sprint or your green jersey rival, that is a lot better than anything else, let's be honest. But yeah, this is it. Yeah, we kind of just want the intermediate sprint now, because we're almost inside the last 60 kilometers now. That last sprint is certainly going to do something for sure. Are we going to see Jonathan Milan get more points here? For sure. But yeah, yesterday, okay, that wasn't the intermediate sprint. That was the Cat 4 climb. That was crazy. That is one of the funniest crashes I've ever seen, I think. And yeah, it became viral as a result as well. My non-cycling friends were sending me that crash, so even made it into the non-cycling sphere as well. But yeah, less than 62 kilometers to go here. Leknissen, I think he has a problem here with the bike. He's just pointing up his hand. But yeah, it's 47 seconds now. 47 seconds. It's absolutely dripping down here for the riders. Pascal Ackermann, a bike change as well. Yeah, I don't get this. Why is there so much bike problems in the field? I don't know. But we're almost at 200 likes as well, so make sure to smash the like button if you haven't already. But for the time being, it's an interesting battle between the peloton and the breakaway to be the first one to be at the intermediate sprint. The peloton is absolutely ripping it up right now, being led by Intermarché, Soudal Quickstep up there as well. Intermarché, Alpecin. I think we have, who's this? This is, yeah, it's looking like Pavel Sivakov. UAE Memories just making sure that they're out of problems as well. Little Trek up there as well with Quinn Simmons. Soudal Quickstep, 41 seconds. Perknick, Personal, they're getting in the mix here as well. So yeah, a lot of riders or a lot of teams getting in the mix here. So they're really trying to do something here with this. Are we potentially going to see, I mean, Picnic Personal, do they want this? I mean, Anthony Turgis is here as well. I thought they weren't really bidding for a green jersey. But yeah, right now it's looking looking quite calm here. 42 seconds. 42 seconds here. Are we going to see a stage win from any of these riders in these teams up towards the front? Who knows, really? Who knows? But it's a very calm before the storm, as we always say here. For the stage, for the intermediate sprint, not even the stage. 38 seconds now. It's coming down thick and fast now. We're getting very close to the intermediate sprint now. And now it's kind of a fast flat for them to go. We're getting 3.7 kilometers is what Pro Cycling Stats is saying here. Soudal Quickstep, Lidl Trek, all these teams have vested interest in trying to keeping their green jersey, well, not alive, but making sure that they're as competitive as possible. But the intermediate sprint, they're just pointing, pushing a lot here, 35 seconds. They're still trying to stay ahead of the field here in that breakaway group. Are they going to be able to last? It's looking a lot like it's not going to happen here. It's very, very hard for the riders to really... They're just pushing as hard as possible here. They will know this. The sports directors will be telling them that the peloton just shifted a gear and they actually are ripping it up from behind. But Bruno, Marai, they're all good time trial engines, but they've been out there in the front. I think they might actually be caught before we get, maybe after the intermediate sprint, they might be caught and brought back here. But they are doing a superb job here in the intermediate sprint chase here. But Jonathan Milan, is he going to be able to do it? Are we going to see potentially Jasper Philipsen doing something here as well? It's tense times here for the peloton, tense times for the breakaway. And for the time being, it's looking like a very interesting battle here for the peloton. But yeah, I don't know. It's crazy, isn't it? As Carousel Vertigo says, Intermarché are really going for it now. I think they've almost like a shark. They can smell blood here. And after that good performance yesterday, they really want to try and stay up there in contention here. It really does look like they're going to be caught before the intermediate sprint as well. So are we going to see the breakaway completely nullified here before that intermediate sprint? But 34 seconds, 57.7 kilometers still to go here of the stage. And Intermarché, Visma Lease Bike up towards the front as well. Lidl Trek up towards the front. Soudal Quickstep. They've got the European champion looking like he's interested in this as well. So, Binyam Girmay sitting quite nicely up there towards the front, the white jersey. Second in the green jersey standing. And obviously the defending green jersey rider. And he desperately wants to keep that within his own ranks. But Anthony Togis on his wheel as well. Is Anthony Togis really thinking he's going to be winning that? We've got 1.5 kilometers until the intermediate sprint now. This is going to be tense. We could see some riders really getting caught out here. We're seeing the yellow jersey, obviously, as well. Jasper Philipsen wants to be in the mix for this as well. 34 seconds. That's not a lot of time here, but they are really just keeping it under control here. The peloton, they're doing everything to keep and make sure that they are up towards the front here. 34 seconds is... I think they've still got this here. I think they've still got this, the breakaway riders. I don't think they're going to be challenged by the riders from behind, but it depends. I mean, if they come with a full-on lead out, I think it might just change a bit more. They are looking behind now, the breakaway, so they are a bit nervous about the situation coming from behind. So we'll wait and see if they're going to be able to challenge this, or they will be able to keep them at bay. That is what we're really saying. But this is getting very interesting now. The tense situation on the road here for the breakaway riders. The tense situation for the peloton as well. Obviously, they'll be quite nervous about this. Anything can happen in these kind of hotly anticipated, what should we call it? Like the heat zones, or what do you want to call it? But for the time being, it's looking quite like we are going to get the breakaway, taking the top honors, getting that cash prize, and getting rid of the top 4 positions for the intermediate sprint here. But yeah, it's tense, isn't it? But we don't know if the intermediate, if the time check is that. But we're inside the last kilometer here, and it's almost less than 30 seconds here for the riders. So they'll have to do anything here if they can keep this at bay. But if the sprinters teams really do open this up, yeah, this might be not a done deal, but they are definitely going to be losing a lot of seconds here. So a lot of ground here by that. But anything can happen here on the intermediate sprint, and the breakaway riders desperately trying to get to that finishing line. I don't think they're going to be staying away from much longer here. They're doing everything in their they've got 500 meters, so I think it's under control from them. But who's going to be taking this? That is the big question here. 54.9 kilometers still to go here. Binny, could he do something here? That remains to be seen. But right now, it is looking quite tense here. 30 seconds is not a lot of time for a breakaway, but yeah, it's less. It's gonna be, they're gonna be caught for sure after the intermediate sprint. I think the acceleration from the intermediate. So the 5th place gets 11 points and 6th place 10 points. So there would only be a 1 second difference, but we are getting Bruno Amarai opening up for the sprint here. So Bruno Amarai is the one who's opened up the sprint. So is he going to be taking this? We'll have to wait and see. But Bruno Amarai was the first one to kick here. The cash prize, he's with Brent Van Moer. It's very close here. He gives up just in the last moment. And I think it was Fedorov who took the intermediate sprint here. So Fedorov took the intermediate sprint. But now we're getting the big boys from behind. They're coming out the sprint. Jonathan Milan. We've got Biniam up there as well. We've got the green jersey of Anthony Togis. No yellow jersey as far as I can see. No yellow jersey. So there. Oh no, the yellow jersey is there. The yellow jersey is there. He was just hiding behind. And I think Milan just took it there. Milan just took it. But Jasper Philipsen was very much up there. And so was... Tim Merlier. Tim Merlier wasn't really up there yesterday. We didn't see him going for it, but yeah, interesting finish there. Brian Kokar as well, Jonathan Milan. That was interesting, wasn't it? We will get the confirmation as well, but the breakaway, they have a 12-second lead, so we were saying that they were going to lose a huge chunk of their lead after this intermediate sprint from the sprinters, but there is always a bit of a lull after intermediate sprint, so maybe the gap will extend a bit more. They have, if they look behind, they can see the break, not the break, the peloton, but they have a bit of an advantage still. We're just waiting for the confirmation of the top 10 of that intermediate sprint as well. So we can see that it was Fedorov who got the sprint. He won that. And confirmation here of the top 10. So confirmation of the top 10. Fedorov takes the 20 points in the intermediate sprint ahead of Andreas Leknesson. Then Brent Van Moer takes 15 points. Bruno Amarai, despite opening it up, he takes 4th place. So he was actually last in that sprint. Jonathan Milan in 11th, getting 11 points, getting 5th place. Tim Merlier in 6th place. Biniam gets 7th place, so that's 9 points. Jasper Philipsen in 8th place. So, yeah. And 9th place, the green jersey wearer, not the actual green jersey, but Anthony Togis with 7 points. Brian Kokar was very good yesterday, and he gets 6 points in 10th place. So, bit of movement there. We'll get you the updated green jersey as well. I think that will be a very interesting graphic for us to just ponder over for a few minutes. But yeah, the breakaways days are over. They are going to be swept up. They've got 4 seconds apparently. And we will wait and see. But Fedorov and the gang are going to be swept up here. Interesting that. No? Very interesting. But 52 kilometers to go. We have no breakaway anymore. It's been swept up. Will get us the top 10 standings of the new, or the what are we saying? The intermediate, or what are we saying? The virtual, there, I got the word eventually. The virtual green jersey classification is here. So you can see Jasper Philipsen takes 8 points. Bini manages to gain 1 point on Jasper Philipsen. Anthony Toshi is taking 7 points there. So he's still in third place. Then you got Jonathan Milan moves up into fourth place after taking 11 points. And yeah, Brian Kokar and Paul Penthout in fifth place, 5 points. Brian Kokar, sixth place, 6 points. Søren Vanskjold not in contention for that. Fedorov, obviously we know because he won it. The intermediate sprint, Leknessund moving into the top 10. So yeah, that was a good little intermediate sprint that we just saw there from both the breakaway and also the peloton themselves. So yeah, a good one, wasn't it? It was a good one, but less than 50 kilometers to go here. Now it's getting a bit spicy in the peloton. A lot of battling for position here. We got Uno X up towards the front here. We've got plenty of things still to come here. Great to have Nigel in the chat. Rhonda, Space, Chloe, what are we saying? He wouldn't have needed to cross the line first. Okay, fair enough. I feel like I'm a bit behind in the conversation here in the chat. But great to have 600 people in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from as well. We've just seen the intermediate sprint happen. And yeah, we will wait and see. But shout out to our sponsors as well. Velo Pro Racer. So check them out in the chat as well if you haven't already. But yeah, a new cycling app that is very entertaining. A cycling game that you can include in your training as well. Completely free, and they are supporting the channel, so it would be very good to support them as well. Because if you support them, you support us, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean. But yeah, we're coming inside the last 50 kilometers. Now it really gets interesting in these 50 kilometers here, because you've got uncategorized climb coming up. Another uncategorized climb that we don't really want. We want categorized climbs. Stick a cat 4 on that. Get points available. Oh, Tim Wellens taking that corner very dangerously. Okay, now we're getting the pace being put on here. So pace being put on. Brent Van Moer getting a mechanical. So you know the game. Drink water if there's a mechanical from the peloton. That wasn't water. That's the coffee from earlier. A very cold coffee now. But Danny Van Poppel here. He's coming up towards the front here. So Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe, they're making sure that they're not being caught out in the battle for positions as well. So they're doing their best to stay up towards the front here. Sudal Quickstep up there as well. One of the other teams that lost out, as we said. And a mechanical for Brent Van Moer. Brent Van Moer, after a good day in the breakaway, you would say, I guess. But yeah, inside the last 50 kilometers now of the stage. And the next climb is another cat climb, or the next categorized climb comes shortly as well. In 18 kilometers or 17 kilometers time at 1.1 kilometers at 9%. So 9%. But right now the bunch are very strong at the front here. Just doing their best to stay up there towards the front and keep the pace hard here. Keep the pace very hard. And will they be able to do anything here? We will wait and see. But for the time being, it's looking very good here for the teams. So we'll wait and see what's going to happen here. We'll wait and see what's going to happen. But for the time being, it's looking very good right now for the riders. They're keeping the pace high. And yeah, are we going to see a stage win here from the break? Probably not, because there is no break. So there is no break anymore. But Tim Wellens doing his job here, positioning UAE Team Emirates up there towards the front. We got that block formation that we talk about. So no team really putting the pressure too hard here. And they have, of course, got uncategorized climb territory coming up, as we said. You can see it on the screen there. There's that two kind of spikes coming up for the riders. And we could maybe make this a bit bigger for everyone so we can see the final a bit better. So I'll work on that as well for the stream. But yeah, this is going to be a very tidy finish, and we could see some big attacks here from some of the punchers. Dylan Turns, well, probably not the first name you go to, but Tadej Pogacar, Mathieu van der Poel, Jonas Vingegaard, never far behind from those two, obviously. And yeah, unfortunately, we don't have a Philippe Bogana here anymore after that first day crash. So that's a great shame for him. But less than 48 kilometers to go of the stage. Who's going to blink first out of the teams here? We're seeing the back of Maro Schmidt here, the double champion for Switzerland. Ineos Grenadiers, are they going to be in the mix with Axel Laurence? Peter Sagan would have loved this kind of day for sure. He would absolutely have ripped this day up if he was still. Even Philippe Gilbert, I think, would have loved this day. So a lot of those very good classics riders. Wout van Aert could even do something here if he's allowed to, but I'm not sure that he's in that kind of mindset. I think he's very much just all in for Jonas Vingegaard for sure. But a lot of riders towards the back here feeling that injection of pace here. So I think there's going to be a lot of riders joining the Gruppetto very shortly. And yeah, the pace is hard. The pace is for sure hard here from the riders. And they're really just injecting pace very hard here to do anything to keep this up. But 47.7 kilometers still to go here of the stage. And a very tricky parcours here towards that last 10 kilometers, as we spoke about, and who's really going to be ripping that up. Yeah, we will wait and see here. We will wait and see. But yeah. But for the time being, it's looking very good here. It's looking very good here for the peloton. The breakaway, as we said, never really got too long of a leash, and because of that, they were very easy to get back, and the intermediate sprint was the last nail in that coffin, unfortunately. But for the time being, it's looking very good here. Very good for potentially Alpecin de Koenig, who have a lot of options to throw at this race or at this stage. So yeah, we'll wait and see if they're going to be able to do it. Are they going to take a second stage win in as many days? We don't often see that in Tour de France, but today it could very much be on the cards potentially. Yeah, we'll wait and see. But if anyone's going to do it, it is only Alpecin who can do it right now. So thank you, Rhonda, as well, for a bit of coffee money. We've run out of coffee now, so it'll have to go into the hairdressing pot. But for the time being, it's looking like we are having a very tense situation. Bit of arguing after the intermediate sprint they were showing as well. But for the time being, are we going to get a sprinter win the stage? I'm not too certain. I think this stage is a very hard one to predict. I think this is going to be one for the more hardy guys. And yeah, I don't see this going the way of a sprinter. It will have to be a very resilient sprinter, and I very much put Biniam Girmay in that category for sure. But for the time being, it's looking very good here for Alpecin de Koenig. So far, so good for them. Caden Groves equally, I would put in that kind of a bracket, and yeah, they brought a very powerful team here to this year's Tour de France. But yeah, inside the last 45 kilometers of the stage, the helicopter shots are back as well. Very worrying when you see the back of the helicopter being shot, because then you think there's a problem with the helicopter. I don't think they've ever had any incidents with helicopters in the Tour de France. But yeah, a lot of riders here. We're seeing Leknessem as well towards the back here. Is he going to be able to do anything deeper into the race? Is he really going to knuckle down here for the... Yeah, we will wait and see. But for the time being, we are just following the Tour. We'll see the magic of the Tour de France if it's going to happen here. Are we going to see a legendary battle between Tadej Pogacar and Mathieu van der Poel? We haven't seen too many of those at the Tour de France. Obviously, there was a semi one at the Mur de Bretagne last time in 2021. Mathieu van der Poel winning that stage, and yeah, we had our man Tadej Pogacar finishing second, Mathieu winning, and Tadej Pogacar second. So a very, very good stage that was, we have to admit. But for the time being, Lotto was one of the teams, as we said, that was struggling a bit. because of crashes. And yeah, right now we'll see what's going to happen with these guys. Lotto, what are they kind of thinking that they're going to be able to do here? For some reason, my screen is not showing the kilometers, so that's very frustrating here. Very bad TV work from the stream. But yeah, we've got 44.4 kilometers still to go here. Block formation, as we said, at the front here of the race. And are we potentially going to see Sadal Quickstep try and hit back after losing a lot of time yesterday with Remco Evenepoel? They were in that 39-second block. That did lose a lot of time, unfortunately, as well. Yeah. Was Milan shouting at Biniam Girmay? Maybe he felt like he was imposed. His position was challenging him a bit too much, but I don't know. You always see that sprinters sometimes can be a bit annoyed with different positions as well. But at the front of affairs, we're seeing Narvaez doing a very good job here. We're seeing Danny Van Poppel as well. So interesting that they're using him in this kind of role. And that shows that Bora isn't really thinking that this is going to be a sprint finish. I don't think anyone thinks this is going to be a sprint finish. But yeah, it's interesting finish, isn't it? That last 10 kilometers, as we've said so many times. We've said it so many times. Yeah, the funny thing is, where the stage comes up to now will actually be quite close to where I cycled on a penny farthing. So that is quite close. It is quite close to where I was a few weeks ago. But are we going to get a stage victory here from Biniam Girmay? Is this too hard for Biniam Girmay? We haven't had a pole change in a while as well. Alpecin de Koning still having the grasp of the front of this race as well. So, yeah. Sadal Quickstep up there as well. Jasper Philipsen hovering around the front. A lot of riders looking around here. Danny Van Poppel in that Dutch national kit is very much just keeping Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe under control here. But the next interesting point is that Cat 3 climb. There's no Cat 1 climb in this stage. That would be very funny if there was. But we have a message as well. We haven't had any mistakes, so let's trust in ourselves. Okay, that was from Arkea B&B Hotels. They might be eyeing up with Kevin Vauclain here, potentially. I think this is too hard from Arnaud Demar within their ranks as well. But yeah, that bike change as well from Adam Yates. So another bike change, as we said. Yeah, crazy how many bike changes we are getting from riders. Yeah, that was quite impressive. How many times that they've had problems with their bikes. I'm just thinking, when you go on a bike ride, how many times do you have punctures? I don't feel, but obviously there is almost 200 riders. So if you are riding with 200 riders, there's a far greater potential of having bike problems. Biniam Girmay is still very much in no news is good news territory, as we say. And yeah, we'll wait and see what's going to happen. Yeah. Are we going to get a stage victory here from Intermarché? They had their first 3 stage victories of their team's history last year, courtesy of Biniam Girmay. They have been close in the past with Georg Zimmermann. But yeah, we will wait and see if they can do something here. Valentin Panepantra, the brother of Aurelien Panepantra, looking good as well up here towards the front. Jonas Vingegaard never far from the front as well, hiding behind the big riders of Visma Lease bike. And yeah, Tim Muller also up towards the front, the European champion on the road. We'll see if he can keep that title. I don't think he can this year. But yeah, it's looking pretty good here. Adam Yates a bit behind here. I think he did lose time yesterday as well. Did he? I'm not quite sure. For the time being, it's quite calm at the front here. Quite calm. They've got, yeah, it's very much going to be hard here when it comes in a while. Look at the parkour. The parkour is almost a shark tooth parkour all the way to the finish. So I think we are going to see some teams getting caught out here. It definitely will be adverse territory. We will see some very big moments here for sure. But yeah, Lotto, they are out towards the back. They were really struggling with Lena van Eertveld. We'll see if Arnaud Delis is feeling better. If we had Arnaud Delis on top form, I think he would probably be quite competitive on this kind of stage. We're inside the last 40 kilometers as well. And we've got Visma Lease Bike just trying to protect Jonas up towards the front here. We've got Jasper Philipsen in the yellow jersey right next to Jonas. These two riders, he wants to have his jersey, and Philipsen wants to have the green jersey that he's already wearing as well. But yeah, it's looking very good here. Very good here for Alpecin. They've done it very well. But yesterday we said that about Lidl Trek, and then suddenly they were nowhere. Suddenly Lidl Trek were absolutely nowhere. So we'll wait and see if they can do something better here. But Adam Yates finds himself down 43 seconds. 43 seconds down here for Adam Yates. So, yeah, we'll wait and see if Adam Yates can get himself back. I think he can. But, yeah, that elevation in the last bit of this stage is absolutely crazy, to say the least. But less than 40 kilometers, as we said. This area, we had a bit of flirtation with the crosswinds, but it didn't really happen. We've had a few crashes as well today. No rider leaving the race. So, yeah, for the time being, it's so good. So far, so good. Let's say that. So far, so good for the riders, for the teams. But, yeah, a bit of a flat stage here today. Jonas Vingegaard up towards the front as well. Tim Merlier is on... it looks like Merlier is on peloton control duties here. So he's not riding for his own GT. He's not riding for his own aspirations here. He's riding in the... Remco Evenepoel's aspirations. I mean, Remco Evenepoel, could he potentially just kick a bit hard here? I mean, we know he is a very good rider in the Ardennes. And if he could do that, that would be very, very interesting. We know that. We know he is a very good rider. 2-time Liège-Bastogne-Liège winner. Won Liège-Bastogne-Liège in the World Championships jersey as well. And has a very good kick to him. Mark Hirschi is up here as well. So Mark Hirschi could... If he's on form, Mark Hirschi could definitely be a frightening rider for the other riders if he could just put in a sting of an attack. But Mathieu van der Poel riding towards the front as well. I think he was second or third wheel. Wout van Aert in that Red Bull helmet for Visma Lease Bike also up here. But yeah, right now it's looking quite fascinating what's going to happen here. 25 seconds for Adam Yates to make up. And... let's see what's going to happen. Wout van Aert, all the big guys, the classics guys, the guys keeping the smaller climbers out of the wind, they're all up here towards the front. And just doing their job here, just doing their job. Tim Merlier here, Wout van Aert, as we said, what can Wout van Aert do in this year's Tour de France as well? Oh my goodness, our poll is so outdated here. Our poll is so outdated. Let's do a new poll as well. Will Pogacar be in yellow today? Let's ask that question. Yes or no. So we're seeing Adam Yates here come through the cars, taking it quite easy, but nothing too worrying here for him. Nothing too worrying, and doing very well here. Doing very well. To get himself back into the peloton here. So number 8, we said it yesterday, the lucky number in Chinese culture. And I mean, it's been lucky so far, I guess. But calm before the storm. This is very much calm before the storm. He's seeing Fedorov, the intermediate sprint winner for XDS Astana, doing his best to be up there. And right now, we are waiting to see if there's going to be a real hard acceleration coming into these final categorized climbs. We got a Cat 2, no, not Cat 2, that was wishful thinking. We got a Cat 3 climb coming up shortly as well for the riders. So that one is going to be potentially where we see some acceleration. They're saying that there's only 1 point up for grabs on Pro Cycling Stats, but I think that's wrong. I think it is 2 points. So there would be 2 points and then 1 point. So 2 points for first place, 1 point for second place. And they're climbing very steadily here. 37 kilometers still to go here of the stage. And we have got 3 more categorized climbs of the day. We've only had that one Cat 4 climb. And Wout van Aert, we'll see what his role is within this tour. I think he's going to be a very instrumental figure in Jonas Vingegaard trying to win the Tour de France for a third time. And Danny van Poppel up here still doing his duties as well. Soudal Quickstep, they are definitely not wanting to definitely not wanting to get caught out here like they were yesterday. And that was a very good move by Vingo and his team. They have got some really strong riders. We said it in the preview as well. We said this team is a team time trialing dream almost. So many good time trialists and engines in that Visma Lease bike team. But yeah, sadly, no, we don't have a team time trial this year. I would have loved to have seen that. So many of you know that I'm a huge fan of the team time trial. But yeah, we're inside the last 36, almost 36 kilometers. And we'll see if we will get some big action here before before that final 10 kilometer. That looks so crazy if I'm honest. Most of you are saying that Tadej Pogacar is not going to be wearing the jersey today. It depends on Jasper Philipsen and some of the other riders as well, where he will actually be. But right now we're seeing Alps in the Koenig. We're seeing Israel Primotek also towards the front here of this block forming. So yeah, is it going to happen here? Is it going to happen? We will wait and see. But for the time being, Wout van Aert is on peloton policing duties together with Danny van Poppel. Have they been teammates? No, they've never been teammates. We can do funny games about trying to link riders if they have been teammates in the past. Obviously, Ghana used to be, right, or Ghana's not here anymore, unfortunately. But we got 5 kilometers now, 5 kilometers until the foot of that Cat 3 climb. So 1.1 kilometers at 9%. So there could maybe be a bit of an injection of pace by some of the riders. It could encourage some other riders to maybe hit out here as well. But we'll wait and see here. We'll wait and see. It's looking very interesting here in terms of what's going to happen. But very much calm before another storm. So calm before the storm, calm before the storm. So a bit of action. And here it's very calm. But 63% of you believe it's not going to be Tadej Pogacar's yellow jersey today. So maybe not. Are we going to see Mathieu van der Poel wearing the yellow jersey for a second time? Patrick Blake in the beginning or in the previous show was saying that this first week was almost designed for this. But we will wait and see. Smash the like button as well. Subscribe to the channel. I'll just make sure that if you do subscribe, we'll see your monster flash up. Yes, it is a monster for some reason on Streamlabs. But for the time being, 35.9 kilometers still to go here, or a bit less actually, 34.9 kilometers. One of the streams. I've got 2 streams up now, Eurosport and Eurosport from another stream. So or Max, I think it's called Max now. But one of them has the kilometers, the other one doesn't. But right now, the peloton are kicking up now. The pace is being kicked on here. They are just upping the acceleration a bit here on the downhill section. I think there is a bit of worry about echelons. The flag was waving a bit to the side here. So it's looking a bit worrying for the riders now. There is going to be a bit of panic for some of the other teams now. They are just trying to inject a bit of pace now. We'll wait and see what's going to happen here. But the injection of pace is coming now. The peloton are sensing something. Danger is coming. That is what it seems like. And are we potentially going to see someone caught out now? Anything can happen on this stage. And it seems like it might be. But Visma Lease bike coming to the front here with Wout van Aert. He's just trying to be the patron of the peloton. But he's just injecting a bit more pace here. It seems like there is a bit of a tailwind now. So it is a bit of a tailwind. So slight worry there, and then it stopped. Slight worry, and then it stopped. Last time we were here in the Tour de France was back in 2012 when Peter Sagan won his first stage as well. So there you have it. Peter Sagan. So, Peter Sagan. Remember him? Incredible rider, as we know. A talent of a generation. So we will wait and see what's going to happen here. But there is a bit of worrying times here. Some of the riders quite far out in these wide roads as well. So, yeah, the bit of acceleration by Visma Lease bike was that just to keep everyone on guard here, but they're doing a good job here. We're less than 34 kilometers, almost 33 kilometers to go here. So Visma Lease bike very much up there as well. Israel Primotek, no, it's not Israel Primotek, it's Danny van Poppel with his Dutch National Championships kit here up towards the front. So yeah, doing a very good job here. Binyam Gumai just sticking his head up above the other riders. Yeah, this is looking fascinating now. We are going to get into a very, very interesting point of the stage here. That Cat climb is coming up, the Cat 3 climb. Ricky's asking crosswinds expected at the end of the stage. I mean, there's been a bit of a flotation with crosswinds, but we haven't really had a nailed on crosswind here. Star Quickstep and Visma Lease bike just making sure they're at the front here on this bit of a descent. Yeah, so there is nervous times here. UAE Team Emirates all up towards the front as well. There's a lot of teams just making sure that they're up towards the pointy end now. So a lot of teams just wanting to stay out of trouble here. But of course, you can't have all the teams up towards the front. So maybe we are going to see teams getting caught out here. Yeah, this is worrying times potentially for some of these teams. The descent is coming down now. Intermarché's Binyam Gumai is looking a bit isolated, so there's not really too many riders around him from his own team. So yeah, Binny, yeah, we'll wait and see if he can just find his riders. We said that before in the past as well, that yeah, they've kind of struggled with sometimes with the lead outs as well. But yeah, if you subscribe now, I think we have our monster flash up. Yeah, we have. So subscribing and all this, thank you for every single one of you who have subscribed and everyone who's tuning in as well. We're almost at 250 likes as well. So yeah, we're getting very close now. Very close now. This is nervous times now. It's almost like we're in a sprint here, lead out sprint. But yeah, we're inside the last 32 kilometers. We're getting to the pointy end of the race here. This is what we all waited for, the nugget of the race. And they really are just pushing on here. They're coming around a very sharp corner now. Visma Lease bike, they are the first team to come in here. They do manage to crest it very well here. And yeah, Wout van Aert is the one leading them up here. Wout van Aert is guiding them up, almost getting hit by a policeman. And Wout van Aert is just bossing them up here. Are we seeing more strategic moves here by UAE team? No, Visma Lease bike. But Tadej Pogacar just comes up to show I'm still here. Don't kid yourselves. I'm still here. But Wout van Aert is absolutely drilling the pace now. Tim Wellens is next to him. So the two Belgians are leading this peloton right now. Wout van Aert, Tim Wellens, they are absolutely drilling the pace here at the front for UAE Team Emirates and Visma Lease bike. Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe up towards the front as well. And Jonas Vingegaard in contention as well. This is probably where we're going to see all the sprinters getting spat out the back here. This is absolutely nightmare stuff for any sprinters. But Wout van Aert is absolutely drilling it now. Wout van Aert is such a crucial component of the Visma Lease bike assault on the Tour de France. And right now, he's just drilling it. Absolutely drilling it here. Little Trek getting caught out here. Many teams just wishing that this wasn't happening in front of their very eyes. But Wout van Aert is doing what he does best here. Pushing on here. Red Bull struggling a bit here. Red Bull looking behind, hoping that they have their key riders of Lipovic and Roglic still up here. But right now, Wout van Aert is doing an incredible ride here. Tim Wellens takes over from the former Belgian national champion of Wout van Aert to a current Belgian champion of Tim Wellens here. So good collaboration here between UAE and Visma Lease bike. Visma Lease bike are trying to put, and UAE are trying to put their other rivals in their hurt locker here. Wout van Aert, oh my goodness, this is good riding. This is what we want to see. Jonas Vingegaard on the wheel of Tim Wellens. They look like they're on the same team. It's just because the colors are very similar. But Alpecin de Koning trying to keep their men up here. I think we have got Wout van Aert. No, not Wout van Aert. Mathieu van der Poel is still up here. So Mathieu van der Poel is looking very ominous here with the rainbow jersey. But Tadej Pogacar, the man that we have seen so many times in the pointy end of bike races this year, he is looking like he wants that number 100 stage win. We got a clash. I think some of the riders getting caught out here. Anthony Turgis as well. But we'll think about that later. Because right now we're seeing Tim Wellens. We said he's a strong rider. It was Geraint and Jonathan Milan. So Jonathan Milan out of the mix here. But we're seeing Tim Wellens absolutely drive it up all the way here. And I think Pogacar did get second place here on that Cat 3 climb. So Tim Wellens will take the 2 points. Tadej Pogacar just on the wheel here. We're seeing a Danish flag in the background as well. So that is a very happy sight for any of us. But wow. That was a bit of acceleration there from on a very small climb there. Bit of intrigue there, just seeing the GC guys do something here. We love to see that. And for the time being, these guys, it's going to be an epic battle here in those last 10 kilometers. We're inside the last 29 kilometers of the stage here. So it's going to be a crazy battle here. I think it's going to be a good one, this. Great to have 700 people in the chat. Make sure to smash the like button if you haven't already. And we're in for a really good treat here, I think, in this year's Tour de France on this stage. But wowza. Tim Wellens still at the front here, but they're just taking a bit of injection, or a bit of that injection out. But what also happened because of that that Caceres climb is right now Tim Wellens finds himself on 2 points. So he's actually tied with Benjamin Thomas, the current polka dot jersey rider. So we could maybe see Tim Wellens take that if he gets to the top of the next Caceres climb, which may be the Courte de Saint Etienne, which we can see in the final 10. But wowza. Wout van Aert just showing what he's actually been brought in for, just showing himself, just notching the tempo a bit. Very small group now in this group. So we will see what happens here. But a bit of acceleration there by Visma Lease Bike, and they're being very animated in this year's Tour de France so early on. So interesting. We'll see if those tactics pay off. They have got a very classics heavy squad. Maybe they're feeling that Jonas Vingegaard is under threat in this kind of terrain. So it's better to attack because that is the best form of defense. But a very elite group here at the front here. How much damage have they done? That is the big question. But they have got a few seconds of an advantage here on the current green jersey wearer of Anthony Turgis is what we're getting here. But the yellow jersey is up here, so he did survive. Jasper Philipsen, still here. But yeah, you would say that nobody was really going hell for leather in terms of pushing on here. So yeah, we will wait and see here. But it's looking very good here. It's looking very good for the riders out in front. Wout van Aert still up there. He's taking another turn here. Tim Wellens. Will they know this? If he takes the next Cat 3 climb, he will be wearing that polka dot jersey outright. Maybe they will just try and engineer Tim Wellens taking those points as well. But he took the 2 points. Tadej Pogacar taking 1 point as well. So we will wait and see. But here we are, stage 2 of the Tour de France, and there's already quite a bit of excitement here. Great to have so many people in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from as well. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you to every single one of you who have given a bit of coffee money as well today. That has been very, very good. So thank you for that. But yeah, strap in, put the seatbelt on. We're getting to the exciting part of the stage, the nugget that we have been waiting for. This is the repayment for some of the paint watching parts of this stage. But right now we got Red Bull behind score. We got Alpecin de Koenig. We got Visma Lease Bike towards the front here. Everyone's a bit on edge here. They know that anything could potentially happen. Splits could happen. It's very classics focused terrain here. We got those 2 Caceres climbs. Oh, was something happening? The commentators in French was just getting a bit excited here, so I'm not quite sure what that was about. But I think Anthony Turgis is just galloping his way to try and close the gap here. Anthony Turgis, stage winner last year on stage 9, the gravel stage. But Alpecin. looking very tidy here. Cofidis is up here as well with men. Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe up here. Jonas Vingegaard has been very present towards the front in these two first opening stages. But yeah, it's looking very good right now. Looking very good. Are we going to get a stage victory from Visma Lease Bike? Is it going to come from UAE Team Emirates? Is it going to come from any of these riders? But in our poll, quite a few of you have voted, so I think it's time for a new poll. Yeah, this will be quite interesting. When will Pogacar win his 100th win? So that's the next win today. Stage 3. Stage 4, probably not. Stage 4 or stage 7. We'll say stage 7. So I think those are kind of the best options. He could even win on stage 5 now, but yeah. 25.7 kilometers, or actually less, 25.3 kilometers still to go of the stage. So we'll wait and see if they're going to be able to punish what's been going on here by Visma Lease Bike. Are any of them going to be annoyed about the aggressive riding here? Picnic personnel, we've not had any crashes, touch wood, as they say in English. But for the time being, it's looking fairly good for Visma Lease Bike. They really are using that very strong team that they have. The classics part of their team. We got, apparently Binyam Girmay is behind the peloton. That's what we're getting from Pro Cycling Stats. I haven't seen it on our page, but apparently he's been caught out. But yeah, I'm trying to keep up to date with Radio Tour, with Pro Cycling Stats as well, so we don't miss anything. But for the time being, it's not going to be good if he is missing out here, because Jasper Philipsen is up there. So if he doesn't manage to stay up there with this group, that would mean that he would potentially be losing a bucket load of green jersey points as well to his nearest rival. Benjamin Thomas in that polka dot jersey is going to be wearing for a second day. Doesn't look like it. The track star from France will definitely need to do something if he's going to be able to do it. But plenty of riders out the back here. So plenty of riders out the back, feeling the force of what we saw earlier. I think Oscar Only was in that group, if I'm not mistaken. Oscar Only, was that who we saw? But yeah, tight, narrow roads. Wind is a factor, it seems. Flags are waving all over the place. But it seems like they're turning left now, so they are going to get a tailwind because it was coming from the left-hand side. Riders back in the peloton now, so they're saying Bini is back in the peloton. So Binyam Girmay is back in the peloton, and this profile is going to be very, it could maybe be one made for Bini, because let's look at it again. Look at that last 10 kilometers there of the stage. You've got that steep ramp of the Côte de Saint-Etienne of 1 kilometer at 10.6%. I mean, that is going to be absolutely crazy. That's going to rip this peloton or that front selection completely. And then you've got, after that, a descent, and then we've got the next categorized climb that is 8.8% at 800 meters. So there is two very hard obstacles for the riders, to say the least. But the riders thick and fast now. They're really getting strung out now as well. So it's more of a straight line now. Many of the riders, they're feeling the pressure being put on here by the front group. So it's turning more into a sprint now. We're getting very close to that first of those two climbs now. 22.6 kilometers. So we're getting ever closer. It's kind of a downhill until we get to that point. So they're absolutely ripping it up here. They're ripping it up right now. It is as if we're coming to a sprint finish here. Or Milan San Remo into the Poggio. That's what it feels like as well. So it's going to be a very fast finish here towards the that last few climbs that we got coming on. Quinn Simmons here. He's going to be a very interesting rider for Lidl Trek. He's done a good job today to try and position Jonathan Milan in the right positions and not let the breakaway escape too far up. But yeah, riders are just struggling a bit towards the front, but the pace has come back a bit as well. So it's kind of fast and back. So a yo-yo effect, or kind of, what are we saying? Like back and forth. But is the elastic going to snap? Elastic, is that what I'm saying? Yeah, they're pulling out the elastic and we're going to see it snap. Number 55, isn't that Lenny Martinez? Lenny Martinez is doing a bit better. Yeah, he's in this front pointy end, so good to see him up here. We're very close to 300 likes as well, so make sure to smash the like button as well. And we're very close to 800 people in the chat, so let us know where you're watching from. And do check out our sponsor of the stream as well, Velo Pro Racer, which is a new up-and-coming game that is free to download and free to test, and they're helping out the channel, so it'd be good for you to check that out as well. Completely free to use, and yeah, I think it's going to be something that is going to be very big in the years to come. But yeah, we have got Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe up here. We can see Binyam Girmay in that white jersey. There is a group behind, so there is a few splits going on now as well. So yeah, this is getting interesting now. We're almost inside the last 20 kilometers now. These kilometers are going to be flying by us because we've got... yeah, they're doing about 54 kilometers an hour here down this part. A lot of riders getting gapped out the back here. So, yeah, it's a fast finish this. And this circuit is going to be absolutely ripping this up for sure. This is going to be a dangerous part of the road. And, yeah, are we going to see any GC rider get caught out here? It's probably a bit too big of a... not too big of a challenge, but we could potentially see crashes in the battle for positioning here. But yeah, for the time being, this is where we get the interesting part. This is the real excitement of this stage, and we could potentially see real big action here. And I think Tadej Pogacar potentially could do something here. 55% of you believe this is going to be the 100th career victory for Tadej Pogacar. So Tadej Pogacar, 100 victories would be, yeah, quite an incredible feat for him if he does manage to do it. But, yeah, less than 20 kilometers and less than 9 kilometers until we get, or less than 10 kilometers until we get to that pointy end as well. And, yeah, do smash the subscribe button as well if you haven't already. Plenty of you have. And, yeah, thank you for that. And we have, of course, got streams every single day, and we've got feature videos as well coming up as well here on the channel and on the Cycling Day Extra if you haven't already checked that out. Yeah, so Doug listening from or watching from Vancouver in Canada. Plenty of you from North America. Great to have you with us. And we're seeing Lenny Martinez. He must be feeling better here, and be interesting to see what he says about the form after the stage as well. We are doing the recap race analysis on the Cycling Day Extra channel and on the podcast as well. But for the time being, this is looking like a fascinating battle here. The calm before the storm here. 10 kilometers, or less than 9 kilometers, 8.7 kilometers even, until we get to that very exciting circuit or finishing profile. We're getting radio messages as well. What was that radio message? But tense moments here for the riders. Tense moments for sure here. And are we potentially going to see riders do something here? That remains to be seen. But Felix Gall here towards the back here. Mara Schmidt, you don't want to get caught out by these rapid accelerations as well. But there are a lot of riders who are still in contention for a stage. But I think when the acceleration happens from a Mathieu van der Poel, from Tadej Pogacar, that's where we're going to see the pretenders from the real contenders. And we are racing towards the bottom of that Cat 3 climb that we were talking about earlier. Look at that. That is the climb that we are racing towards. The Côte de Saint-Étienne au Mont. 1 kilometer at 10.6% and hits up to 15% average gradient. So I think this will be a very fascinating battle. A good battle for position. Uno X towards the front here. EF Education Easy Post towards the front as well. So yeah, who's going to be winning this? That remains to be seen. But Lenny Martinez, he's out towards the back end of the peloton here. Good to be up here. He was the last rider on the stage yesterday, but recovering quite well here to be up there, that's for sure. But yeah, that second group, who's in the second group? The second group is around 57 seconds down on this front group. So there has definitely been a bit of a split here. Felix Gal, yeah, what can he do here? Former top 10 finisher, winner of the Col de la Loz stage on 2023. And we'll definitely look to do something here if he can. But yeah, we'll wait and see what he can do here. We'll wait and see what he can do. We've hit 300 likes, so well done to every single one of you. We're hovering around the 800 people in the chat, so welcome. And great to have Chris back in the comments as well. And yeah, Peter Sagan would probably be winning here if it was 2012. But for the time being, it's looking quite fascinating here. 58 seconds here for the second group. I would love to know who is in that second group as well. Yeah, 17.2 kilometers still to go here. That, or less actually, 16.8 kilometers still to go here of the stage. Are we going to see potentially Tadej Pogacar winning that 100th career victory today? 58% of you believe yes. And that climb is savage. 1 kilometer at 10.6%. And kicking up to 15% is absolutely incredible. So we'll wait and see. But great to have so many people in the chat, and we will get a new poll up shortly. But Uno X Mobility, they're making sure to be up here towards the front. Benjamin Thomas is desperately trying to defend his polka dot jersey as well. But there's a lot of riders up here towards the front here. No one wants to get caught out. A lot of the GC teams, I mean, touch of wheels here, and it's absolute disaster. Nervous times. There's a bit of a crosswind from the right-hand side. We can see that from a Flanders flag. But yeah, who's going to be up here towards the pointy end? Tadej Pogacar, Mathieu van der Poel, Enric Mas even, Carlos Rodriguez. But you need that real big thunderous punch to get rid of everyone else. It's Ardennes Classics time. Mathias Skjelmose Jensen, does he have it? He has a good kick on him. He finished second in Flesh Wallon in the past. In 2023, was it? Yeah, 2023, because last year they were disastrous for him. And then obviously we've also seen him finish. Well, we've seen Kevin Vauclain as well finish second place. So yeah, there's in Flesh Wallon. I'm just saying Flesh Wallon because it's that kind of climb, but also matters your form here as well. That punch. Benjamin Thomas out towards the front here, so we're waiting to see if he can do something here on this climb. But Thibaut Ness, if he's feeling it, he's a very good punchy rider. The young Belgian in his first ever Tour de France. But they are on this up and down slopey descent here. And less than 15 kilometers to go. They come to the banner now. And now we're getting very close here. We're about what? What are we? We're like... We're like 5 kilometers away from that finish, and then we're going to see the real action here. Quinn Simmons, could he do it? Has he got a real strong punch here? Not quite sure, but right now it's looking like we're getting a very interesting part here. Great to have Scott McMillan in the chat as well. Great to see so many familiar names in the chat. And if you haven't already, get involved in the chat. A very friendly bunch. 5 kilometers to the finish here. And yes, this is going to be a very riveting finish, this, I think. That 1.1 kilometer climb at 10.6% is going to be absolutely nail-biting here for the riders. The position battle here, I think we've got Benjamin Thomas getting caught out a bit here. A Red Bull rider. Who's this Red Bull rider? It's number 6 for Red Bull. I think that might be Mick van Dijk. I'll double check that. But Red Bull riders at the back here, number 26. That is Maximilian Schachmann at the back here. It was Mick van Dijk. So Mick van Dijk and Maximilian Schachmann, they're just linking up here. But it's very tense moments here in the peloton. But Maximilian Schachmann is just at the back here, doing his job here for his Red Bull colleagues. Oh, not Red Bull. Soudal Quickstep colleagues. He did ride for Bora, didn't he? Schachmann. So not riding there right now. But yeah, this group is absolutely, well, thinning out a lot. We can't have more than 30, 40 riders in this group, I would say. Ineos Grenadiers congregating on the left-hand side of the road. EF Education Easy Post, very visible there. Binyam Gamay on the Uno X mobility train. And Alps in de Koning taking control of the middle of the road as well. So roundabout coming up here for the riders as well. They take that very quickly. But yeah, Uno X Mobility, they're really getting involved here. And so if EF Education Easy Post, are they thinking maybe Ben Healy could do something here? Who knows here, but they're doing a very good job to position potentially their best card here for this Tadej Pogacar, is he going to be up here? Is he going to be taking his 100th win? Um, yeah, the roundabouts are always obstacles, as we know. It splits the peloton, and you can lose position as well if you're not going as quick as the other half. So, yeah, we'll wait and see here. But, yeah, inside 13 kilometers to go. We're getting very close to that very pivotal climb that we've been talking about. And are we going to see Jasper Philipsen still wear that yellow jersey? Many of you thought maybe not. And right now, it's looking like we're getting into the pointy end. Marc Soler towards the back here, feeling the pressure. And who's going to be winning this? Is it going to be our man? Yeah, is it going to be our man, Mathieu van der Poel, the king of cycling? Could well and truly be him. But Marc Soler is just out the back here. He's probably done his job here. Soudal Quickstep, they're very bullish here as well towards the front. They've got the golden helmet of Remco Evenepoel. He was very angry after yesterday's stage. And yeah, trying to make sure that he's up here in the right position here. Groupama FDJ also making sure that they're up here with their man. A lot of road furniture here, so that's very worrying that they didn't have a bit more of caution about that. But you would hope that all of them had kind of read the road book that they get before the start. But Marc Soler looking out towards the back here. Yeah, we want focus on the front, not really the back here. Let's see the front. But Marc Soler riding with a Uno X mobility rider. But we're inside the last 12 kilometers here. And Marc Soler is getting a lot of TV time here. Pro Cycling Stats is saying that Tour de Pro Cycling is pulling. So Tour de Pro Cycling, we're seeing EF Education, Easy Post, and Tour de Pro Cycling. Are they trying to set up Alaphilippe or Mark Hirschi here? Groupama FDJ up towards the front as well. This is a very interesting part here. This is where the stage could be won or lost here. Maybe, you never know. But the battle for position here is very, very tight. Quinn Simmons, we're seeing a lot of these back-end riders. We want to see the front here. Tim Wellens doing a very good job. He could potentially be the polka dot jersey man here. But yeah, right now, Tour de Pro Cycling, Lenny Martinez getting a lot of time here. Why are we not seeing the front of the race here? We're coming into the most exciting part here. 11 kilometers to go. And we're seeing Visma Lease Bike towards the front here. A lot of riders towards the front now. And yeah, who's going to be able to win this? I don't know. Yeah, this is very, very exciting now. Are we going to see who's going to be making the first moves here? And Eurosport is not showing the race now. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you. Paying for it and you don't see it. Thank you, Eurosport. But yeah, 10.7 kilometers still to go here. We're seeing a lot of Lenny Martinez kind of waiting for the front here. So we're still seeing the back end of it. So maybe they have problems with the TV cameras. Come on. What are they doing here? Quinn Simmons, we were seeing a lot of that as well. We're trying to see the front of the race. Guys, what is happening? This is the only part we cared about, really. And they're not really showing us the pointy end of the race. Thank you, guys, or TV coverage. So, yeah, we're trying to wait to see what's going to happen here. Great to have so many people in the chat here. We are on that final climb here, or they are, the riders. Savage climb, as we said, 1.1 kilometers. And who's going to be doing the most here? And are we going to see if there's going to be something here? Yeah, we are just, yeah, I don't know why they're not showing the pictures at the front here. We're seeing 9.8 kilometers here. A lot of the riders, Groupama FDJ towards the front here. And who is going to be able to catch the other teams out here? Romain Gregoire maybe going to be able to do something here. That's the man that Groupama FDJ are thinking about here. Are they going to be able to do it? Romain Gregoire, such a feisty rider, very good rider. Acceleration by Louis Aski here. Finally, we get the front pictures here. Visma Lease Bike also just trying to keep it on control here as well. Appelsen de Koenig as well. A lot of these teams, Tish Benoit doing a very good job here. There's 500 meters to go here. Tadej Pogacar up there towards the front. Jonas Vingegaard, Mathieu van der Poel looking very tasty here with those three big names here. But yeah, who's going to be blinking first here? It looks like they're fairly comfortable about this situation. Mathieu van der Poel riding second wheel here. Tadej Pogacar third wheel. Jonas Vingegaard fourth wheel here. And who's going to be able to do it here? Mathieu van der Poel on the wheel of Tish Benoit. Tish Benoit pulls off here. Jonas Vingegaard on the third wheel. Mathieu van der Poel looks directly in the eyes of Tadej Pogacar here and says, what are you going to do? Tadej Pogacar not doing anything. Mathieu van der Poel looks like he struggles a bit here. Bit of movement here by Visma Lease Bike here. They just throw a rider here. Is this Mathieu Jorgensen? Mathieu Jorgensen just accelerates a bit here. There's 300 meters to go here. Visma Lease Bike taking control of this climb once again here. Less than 9 kilometers still to go here of the stage. And Tadej Pogacar not really showing his hand here, but there is a very fine selection here being done by Visma Lease Bike. There's about 6 riders now, 2 Visma Lease Bike riders, 1 Mathieu van der Poel, a Remco Evenepoel, and I think this might be an Enric Mas here. I think we have an Enric Mas here. So Enric Mas, I think, is up here. So, yeah, Jonas Vingegaard and Tadej Pogacar up here. Very good selection done here by Visma Lease Bike. But Remco Evenepoel doesn't miss this selection here. He makes sure that he's up here. But, yeah, Mathieu van der Poel makes sure to stay up in this selection being done by Mathieu Jorgensen. Jorgensen's such a strong rider. But we also have Romain Gregoire up here. Tadej Pogacar here. If he takes the points, he is going to be the new polka dot jersey. He is. So Pogacar is our new virtual polka dot jersey wearer. And where is Jasper Philipsen now? That's the big question now. This is a very select group here. Very select group now. Jasper Philipsen is not far behind here. So Jasper Philipsen not far behind here. Jasper Philipsen making sure that he's up here towards the pointy end now. And what is he going to be able to do here? Very, very good selection here. Very good selection being done here. Remco Evenepoel up here as well. I think we still got Kevin Vauclain has made it back here as well. So Kevin Vauclain, the second place finisher here. Yeah, this is very, very interesting now. Very interesting what's happening. Great to have 1,000 people in the chat. Make sure to check out our sponsor as well, Velo Pro Racer. Free app to try, a new app. It's very exciting to see where that goes. But Remco Evenepoel is looking very tidy here. We've got Romain Gregoire. He's just pushing on here on the descent. Remco Evenepoel up here as well, as we said. Riders looking around as well. Very select move here. Romain Gregoire. Alex Laurence has also made it into this group. Narvaez has made it up. So it's a very select group now. But riders are continually coming back here. So this is the first climb on that 10-kilometer climb. And I thought we would potentially get Tadej Pogacar make a huge move and get away here. But maybe this is not where he wants his 100th win here. But Remco Evenepoel, he's just pushing on a bit here on the descent. He just wants to inject a bit of pace. Obviously, losing 39 seconds was not very happy about that. But yeah, right now, it's looking very good here. Looking very good, to say the least. Remco Evenepoel, what can he do here on the stage? 7 seconds to the Maglia Rosa group. Well, not the Maglia Rosa, wrong race. The yellow jersey group, but I think they are just going to bridge it here. Or more riders are bridging it. They're saying it's a 16-second gap here. We got 6.6 kilometers to go here. Vauclain is pushing on here. Mathieu van der Poel is meeting that acceleration by the Frenchman. These two have a bit of a gap now. But yeah, are they going to be able to forge this move here? Mathieu van der Poel getting a bit of a gap to the GC riders. And he definitely wants this if he can. Are we going to see a Mathieu van der Poel victory for the first time since 2021 on the Mur de Bretagne? But it looks like Mathieu Jorgensen is closing that gap quite quickly. So we'll wait and see here. But Mathieu van der Poel looks behind here. We're getting on the final categorized climb of the day. We have got that other categorized climb, or uncategorized climb, to the finish. So this double header that we were talking about for so long, it's nearing its end here. 800 meters for the riders. 800 meters left. And this is a bit of a softer kick percentage-wise. Narvaez, the man who's been very good for Tadej Pogacar this year. He was very good in the Dauphiné. He's won the Tour Down Under. The Ecuadorian national champion here. He's been put to the front here. But Mathieu van der Poel, very high cadence here from the Flying Dutchman. Has he got more in the tank here? We've got Oscar Onley in this group as well. So we'll wait and see here. But it's a very select group here. 10 riders. Kevin Vauclain is very determined to be up here as well. Best in GC is, well, the guys who finished in the group 10 seconds down on Jasper Philipsen. So yeah, this is, yeah, very close now. Mathieu van der Poel, he desperately wants his second career stage win. He's very far behind his rival of Wout van Aert in terms of the Tour de France stage victories. That's where Wout has got him bettered. But yeah, they're on the 9% incline now. 9% incline, less than 300 meters to go. Oh, Ben O'Connor losing out. Ben O'Connor going out the back here. So not good for any Ben O'Connor fans, myself included. But Narvaez is absolutely putting on the hurt locker here. This is an infernal pace here. This is what he's been brought into. He did very well at the Dauphiné here and doing very well on the steep inclines here. And Narvaez, Tadej Pogacar looks around. Are we going to see an acceleration? Yes, it comes. But it's not from Pogacar. It's from Kevin Vauquelin, the man who did finish second in Flèche Wallonne, second in the Tour de Suisse, and second, very strong rider. Took a stage win last year. And he's just putting the pace on here. Tadej Pogacar almost not even opening his mouth answering this move. But Oscar Onley was the man who answered the call as well. So Kevin Vauquelin takes the point there on the Cat 4 climb there. No more categorized points up for grabs. Jasper Philipsen is not far behind here, but Oscar Onley, the pace is just taken out a bit here by the group. Oh, Biniam Gamay, wheel change. Oh, Binny, this is going to be a lot of points lost here today. Oh, this is a shame. Binny losing points here. Jonas Vingegaard attacking on the downhill. So attack is the best form of defense, and the Dane knows that. Jonas Vingegaard, when everyone was looking at Tadej Pogacar to potentially do something on this terrain, it is Vingegaard. Vingegaard is attacking very hard here. Vingegaard attacking brutally hard. And wowza. Absolutely incredible by Jonas Vingegaard. Wowza. This is incredible, but they have answered the man. The Danes' attack is kind of neutralized here. So anything can happen on the stage still. Everyone's just fighting. There is, of course, a stage up for grabs here. But Biniam Gamay, unlucky, mechanical in the wrong point. And commiserations to the Adrian. But the Dane, Jonas Vingegaard, tried to catch everyone out there on the descent. Vauquelin just trying to get up the road here. 4.1 kilometers still to go here. 25 seconds down to the yellow jersey of Jasper Philipsen. So I think it is going to be changing hands here. Ooh, this is an incredible stage. Mathieu Jorgensen with Kevin Vauquelin here up towards the front here. And they're looking behind here. They're being pursued by other riders. Who is this? This looks like it's Romain Grégoire here. Romain Grégoire, I can't make out if it is the jersey, but it's looking like it is the jersey of Romain Grégoire. These three riders need to absolutely leather it now. 3.5 kilometers to go. They can't sit up and look behind here. They flick the elbow here, Kevin Vauquelin. You haven't got that much time, guys. Go. Allez. And Mathieu Jorgensen, he tries to do his best here. He could have a solo stage potentially here, but the riders from behind are really just trying to chase them down here. This is an incredible finish to the stage here. Of course, we got that false flat, or not false flat, it's 33.8 kilometers to the finish. But Mathieu Jorgensen absolutely just looking around. There's a lot of looking around, guys. You should be pushing, not be looking around. And they have just let the group behind back into it. So, yeah, that's a shame. Oh, well. What could have been for these three front riders? Pro Cycling Stats was saying that was Alexei Lutsenko. I'm not too sure, but 2.5 kilometers to go here. 25 seconds for Jasper Philipsen to make up. I don't think that's going to happen. Now we got an attack here. Florian Lipovic, he was the nail yesterday. He's trying to be the hammer today. And Florian Lipovic not content with losing those seconds yesterday, just upping the tempo a bit here. What can they do here? 2.2 kilometers still to go here. And what a finish we're seeing here. Attacks flying left, right, and center. I don't think we're going to get that 100th win for Tadej Pogacar here, maybe. Is he just come from nowhere and take this stage? That's very Tadej Pogacar-like, isn't it? He doesn't like to give gifts away. And right now, Visma Lease bike up towards the pointy end. We are inside the last 2 kilometers of the stage here. Florian Lipovic, the Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe rider, the former skier, is trying to do his best here, but Narvaez is trying to claw him back here, the Ecuadorian national champion here, the Tour Down Under champion. 1.6 kilometers still to go here of the stage. Anything can happen here. We're inside the last few throws of the race here, and wow. We come to 1.4 kilometers of the stage. This is absolutely riveting stuff here. Oh, Romain Gregoire, what can he do? The French desperately want a stage win here. They don't like not winning stages, not winning stages in their own race here. Tadej Pogacar, is he going to answer the call of Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe? Florian Lipovic, we're inside the last kilometers, sponsored by VeloPro Racer of our stream. So VeloPro Racer, final kilometer, and Florian Lipovic still has a bit of a lead here. He still has a bit of a lead here. Oh, Florian Lipovic, tantalizingly close here. This could be a golden day for him, but it doesn't look like it. It's being dragged back here. And Tadej Pogacar is riding second wheel here. So we are going to be getting a bit of a sprint here. Tadej Pogacar has a good sprint, as we know. Almeida is the man trying to guide him towards the finish here. 700 meters to go here. Who's going to be able to accelerate hard here? We're coming in towards the last few hundred meters here. Who's going to be taking this? Oh my goodness. Mathieu van der Poel is up there towards the front. Is he going to be able to do it? We've got riders attacking. Is this... Who is this? Is this Mathieu Alaphilippe? Who is this? Oh, the sprint just takes a bit out of its acceleration here. They just sit up. They're looking around here in the sprint. Who's it going to be? Mathieu van der Poel now towards the front here. Is anyone going to come from behind here? Riders are looking around left, right, and center. Who's going to be able to do it here? They're going to open up the sprint very shortly here. This Melissa bike riders want a piece of this cake. Who's going to do it? Bo climbs up towards the front, I think. Mathieu van der Poel, Tadej Pogacar here. Tadej Pogacar just leans the rider away here. I think Tadej Pogacar is just getting an armchair ride here to the finish by Mathieu van der Poel. Mathieu is just opening up the acceleration here. Is Tadej Pogacar going to get around him? Mathieu versus Tadej. This is what we wanted. Tadej Pogacar, Mathieu is going to be Mathieu. Oh, Mathieu wins it. Mathieu van der Poel ends his drought from 2021. Taking the win in front of the rainbow jersey of Tadej Pogacar. Mathieu van der Poel, we salute you, Mathieu. He takes his first win since that Murder Britannia win. And Alpecin have taken the first stage win and the second stage win of this year's Tour de France. Absolutely incredible. This is what we came to see. And Mathieu van der Poel, second day in a row for Alpecin de Koenig. They take the victory. They lose the yellow jersey, but they gain it with another rider. Mathieu van der Poel, we salute you. What a win for the Flying Dutchman. Absolutely incredible. Oh my goodness. Who had that on their bingo card? I think we did, if I'm honest. But yeah, wowza. Mathieu van der Poel, what a win. What a win. That was what we wanted to see. That was an absolutely incredible win by the Flying Dutchman. The man who is born in Antwerp in Belgium, but he is certainly a Flying Dutchman. He wins his second ever Tour de France stage win. But of course, the man from Antwerp, I guess, has done so many other things in his career. And yeah, the Paris-Roubaix winner, the former... world champion, the former all these things, the cyclocross champion, just absolutely rips this up. Vintage Mathieu van der Poel. Absolutely incredible. Oh my goodness. That is what we want to see. That sprint, I thought Tadej could maybe take him, but I think it was too... it wasn't steep enough for Tadej Pogacar to potentially get involved in that. But yeah, Tadej Pogacar obviously does take... bonus seconds, I think they are available. But yeah, Mathieu van der Poel does what he does best here, finishes it off, and wowza. That was dramatic scenes there. Mathieu van der Poel reluctantly having to lead it out from the front there. Tadej Pogacar just bumping away Vauclain there towards the end there. And then Mathieu van der Poel confidently thinking, okay, well, I'm just going to open up the sprint here and do what I do best here. Tadej Pogacar tried to answer the call by Mathieu, tries to come around, but there wasn't enough of a kick there. And Mathieu van der Poel, boom, takes it. What a win from Mathieu van der Poel. We all know I'm a big Mathieu van der Poel fan. And wowza, absolutely wowza by Mathieu. That was incredible to see. Wow. We'll get you a top 10 before I disappear and do the recap race analysis with Patrick Blake of Auto Cycling. And yeah, help our sponsor out of this stream as well. It's their first time that they sponsored the stream. So Velo Pro Racer, we'll put a link in the chat. So please check them out and download the app as well if you haven't already. It's completely free, and they look to be a very exciting app. So what an absolutely incredible stage that was. But I'll get you a quick top 10 while I just try and set up the stream with Patrick Blake, and we'll do the podcast later on. So yeah, wow. What a win. What an absolute win for Mathieu van der Poel. Yeah, we will see what's going to happen here. But yeah, that was absolutely incredible. Of course, we are doing the recap race analysis with Patrick Blake of Adu Cycling. That is my next move. So check that out. Patrick has probably got a lot of things to say about this stage. So until next time, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you.